But we were on the old computer before.
Are we here now? Do you have us now? Can you hear us now? Check, check, check. We see audio on our end, but we don't see.
No one's in this stream, love.
Give it a second to catch up. The stream is happening currently. And we are in the stream. See, there we go.
But it says there's 0.
Sound is good. We can hear you now.
0 people.
Everybody, I know. Just give it a second to catch up.
Okay.
Technology is, I'm dumb, but many times technology is more dumb than I.
Wow, you made that screen really big. I don't like seeing my face that big.
All right.
That was jarring.
I need to give the mouse back to you because you never are happy with how I'm doing the stream.
I'm always happy.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
It's not nice. You're not being nice to me right now.
No.
I almost passed out just a few minutes ago.
I know,
and nice to me.
I took such good care of you.
You did. You saved my life.
I know. And this is how I get repaid. All right. It's good to see everybody. So very sorry for the technical difficulties. It's a long story. I think I know what's going on, but it depends. Oh my goodness. And now there's more technical difficulties. So we're gonna get it here, guys.
You think we've never done this before with the way things are going?
Every time.
No, just the last 2 times, honestly.
Oh, you'd be surprised. It feels like there's always something. But that's how it goes, guys. And that's the fun of it, right?
This is real life.
And then it makes you feel like you're ready for some whiskey. So, all right. I see tons of people in chat. It's great to see everybody here. We already have 100 people here. Thank you guys for being here so much. Oh.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get this thing pulled up over here on the side so we can keep track of all that stuff.
Why did you put my name in there?
Because it needs it, love.
Oh.
I wouldn't do it if it didn't need it. You know? See? Now we can see.
Oh, okay.
Now we can see. Because Gas VA 911 already came in with $5. So we'll talk about, we're gonna have a little, as we do. We love giving away whiskey to you guys. We wish we could give it to everybody, but we can't. Unfortunately, we can't share everything with everybody. Bottles don't work that way. But we will have, how do I get this to move over? Oh, like that. Who'd have thunk it? Just use the scroll bar. All right. Wow. Off to a rousing start, y'all. Thanks for hanging in there for the first 6.5 minutes of just absolute calamity.
They're commenting on our Glens.
Yeah, these are Middle West Spirits Glens. They are crystal cut. We need to get some stuff in whiskey crystal cut Glens. These things are really nice.
They're really nice.
We have special guests, so we pull out our fancy glassware.
This is our fancy crystal.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, JG has a great point. He says, the only problem now is that we can hear Josh.
Wah, wah.
All right. Love to see everybody in here. We're just scrolling up. I wish we could take the time to address every single person that we see, but we're seeing so many names that we love.
Familiar names.
So very much. So it is great to hear you guys or see you guys. I was just reading all the audio comments.
We can't hear you.
All right. I saw we have Mama P in the house.
I saw Paula's name.
I saw Paula. Great to see you, Paula. Kim Schwartz is in the house. Dave is here. Oh, man.
So many people.
So many people. So many people. We got Michael. We got JG. We've got so many familiar names. I see even some new names, and I wish I could even take the time, but boy, oh boy.
We got a lot to do.
We're here now.
We have friends with us. We don't want to keep them waiting.
Yeah, I literally told them before we hit live, you guys will only be backstage for a minute.
Yep.
6-7 minutes, almost 8 minutes later. Real quick, want to update you guys. If you're not familiar with our barrel picks, then we do have a few barrel picks that are available, and I'm real quickly going to pull up a link to the spreadsheet because these have made it public, and so I want to make sure that I share. So if you're interested, we have a Blue Note Juke Joint Uncut that's still available, as well as somehow a New Holland beer barrel aged bourbon that is an absolute peach apricot nectarine bomb that you absolutely would want. It's like all that plus like dark chocolate, cocoa, coffee.
Do you know how many
like a deeper
left?
note? I do not, and I'm not going to take the time right now to figure it out.
No, that's
but
fine. I didn't know if you knew.
And then we have a couple of Starlights. The best straight bourbon I've ever had from them by a long shot. Tastes double the age, and then a double oaked as well. So I just posted the Google Doc link in the chat, and that will take you to see. If you scroll down to the barrel pick section, you'll see the ones where it says click to purchase. For the ones, everything else is sold out, and we got a ton of stuff coming. This last week we did a NBC, a National Barrel Company pick, and I just gave it to Erin Blind last night against George T. Stagg, and she picked our NBC pick over George T. Stagg.
Well, yeah, you did. To be fair, it was my only drink of whiskey the entire day was this blind that he just was like, here, try these. Actually, you were drinking them, and I was like, what are you drinking? And he was like, here, try them. And I was like, okay.
Tell me what's your favorite. And she goes, they're both really good. I just like this one a little bit more. And it was our NBC pick.
One of them came across a little bit sharper in the moment.
Yeah, it's this. This is the bottle. National Barrel Company's X Stuff and Whiskey, barrel 33, 37, 122 proof. And we're calling this one Pace Yourself as a spinoff of the Parks and Rec Treat Yourself. Because you definitely want to treat yourself with this pour.
And you also want to pace yourself because it's a little proofy.
You do. And that's why we named it Pace Yourself. So here's the sticker for it that I just made today. So I've got the Aziz Ansari scarf on. Erin's got the Don Amigal bandana on the head. Pace Yourself. So that will be the sticker that will be for this. And that will be releasing within like the next week and a half or 2 weeks or so. So stay tuned for that. We did 2 Jack Daniel's picks, a barrel proof bourbon and a barrel proof rye. And both of those are real good.
Yeah.
Real good.
Can confirm.
And then on Tuesday of this week, we are picking an Old Forester barrel strength. So
also, our guests are no longer
here. Well, they'll pop back in. I'm not worried about it. Well, there they are. You know, fret not.
Oh, they're in their house. They're in their old space.
Fret not. But all right. So real quick, we are going to be running a giveaway tonight, or a raffle tonight. And let me go ahead and cue that up. And I also need to take a quick second at the top of the stream. We got 126 in here. At the top of the next hour, we're going to take a pause and we're going to do a live auction in chat. So your bidding will happen in chat. You'll just post what you're willing to donate, to participate, and what you're bidding on will be a participation spot in our June 29th live stream. Same time, same bat place, same bat channel. And it's going to be we're specifically doing this at the end of June because anybody that knows our channel for the history of our channel, you'll know that Adriana over at Whiskey Mountains not only inspired us to do our first charity fundraiser years ago, but she also, even prior to that, was doing charity fundraisers here on YouTube in the Whiskey Tube space for ALS. And this past year, she helped us track again for ours, and that's a lot of work. But
it is.
She every July she hosts a annual fundraiser on her channel for ALS, and so we want in June to get some viewership up, and we want to push people and make them aware of her charity fundraiser that's going to be happening every year like she does in July. So that's going to happen in June. What you're going to be bidding on tonight is also to benefit ALS because this is the topic that we're dealing with here. And so if you bid, you're going to bid in chat with your amount, and all you have to do. This will be
at the top of the hour when Josh talks about it.
Yeah, and all you have to do is just say, "I'm $100, $200, whatever you're willing to do to participate." We'll get you a participation spot. We have 2 spots available, and that will get you in for a. I should have looked at what Chris said, but Chris Prokopiak, an absolute legend in the Whiskey Tube community space, with an incredible collection of some very high profile bottles, said the flight will be called The Luckiest Man, and there will be 5 to 6 samples plus a warm-up pour and a punishment pour. There's no telling what that means with Chris, but that's going to happen. But when we get ready, we'll run this ticker down at the bottom, and we'll just like a regular auction. It'll go until we have our 2 highest bidders, and then that's what those will be the people that will participate in the June fundraiser on screen with us and with Chris. And all you have to do to prove that your bid is good is donate to, and it's in the video description below, but donate to, where's my thing at? My thing just completely disappeared on me.
Remember, you had to log out?
Yeah.
Of everything?
Stand by. I want to make sure I don't mess it up. It's in the video description below, though, but it's Team Gleason, and teamgleason.org is a really cool. I thought I had the tab open. That's what I was looking for. So what they do is actually, they say there is no cure for ALS. Until there's a cure, there's Team Gleason. And they actually support people who are themselves dealing with ALS. So it helps them to live better lives while they're battling the disease. So really, really cool stuff. And you guys know we have huge hearts for charity. So that's happening. The giveaway today is going to be the flight that we're doing here tonight with Dustin and Kaylin from On the Barrel Whiskey.
What?
I'm not ashamed. Well, we'll talk about it in a second. Including the warm-up pour that we have.
Okay. Is that what this is? Oh, okay.
So let's bring them on. These are our guests. If you don't know On the Barrel Whiskey, the link is in the video description below. I am not ashamed to say that they are my favorite WhiskeyTube channel.
Oh, no. There they are.
There they are. Look at you fine people. How goes it?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Now we have no audio with you.
Y'all. What's happening?
The audio issues persist. Oh, I love it how I can see Dustin behind Dustin. That's amazing. All right, I can see that you're unmuted. You might have to do a browser restart. That's what we had to do to get back on.
So what's so funny is before we started the stream, we were on backstage with them, and
we could both hear each other fine.
We had no audio issues
it was all
whatsoever.
So yeah.
Also, they're right in the chat about Adriana. She does Alzheimer's.
Yeah, that's my bad. But yeah, so we're doing ALS for Chris, and then we're doing Alzheimer's for Adriana. So we're coupling charity stuff. You're all good. You guys are all good. Do what you got to do. We'll get you in here when we can get you in here.
Yes.
But yeah, so correct. Sorry, conflating things. Yeah, that's my bad.
I thought so, but I didn't want to say anything. But they said it for me. So.
What's ALZ is the Alzheimer's abbreviation. That's why I mixed those things up.
ALS was that. Yeah. That was the thing that they were in the ice bucket challenge for many years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the same thing as Alzheimer's.
Correct. So yeah. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to benefit a few charities in this process. It's going to be a dandy time. It's going to be a good night. Do we have you guys?
What about now?
Yay!
Did you just restart your browser?
Yeah. Yep. Just the old quit and open.
So this happened like last month when we streamed, which by the way, I stream weekly for Patreon. Never have any issues. Not a single time have I ever had a single issue. Every time I do a YouTube live stream, seemingly, at least the last 2 months.
The last 2 times. That's it. It's been the last 2 times.
Every time.
Not every time.
Every time the last 2 times. I need to do a browser restart to get audio. So.
That's so weird.
Weird. It's crazy.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being a part tonight.
Thank you for having us.
It's good to be back. We missed you guys.
Sorry about the glitchy green screen situation. It's Dustin's fault.
Yeah, I mean, we can't be in our normal space this evening because other people own the house that we're currently living in and they needed to use it. So we're relegated, to the dungeon.
Cold, dark room.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks pretty familiar back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got some friends with us.
Yeah.
I love it.
Super happy to have you guys on board. We had such a great time hanging out, and I don't know how many people know this, at least Patreon members do, but after the live stream last time you guys were on in November, I think we did stay up till like almost 2 a.m.
It was late.
Talking backstage.
Yeah.
So
it was a good time.
We already declared we won't be doing that again.
Yes. Yeah.
Not because of fun problems, but just because of sleep problems.
Sleep problems.
Right.
Yeah.
When we signed off just now to figure out the audio, Kaylin said that she was going to.
I'll take my whiskey in bed.
Yeah, she was
Just kidding. No, I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, it is just about our bedtime. We've been
going to bed at 9 because Josh has to get up early for work. So he doesn't have to work tomorrow. So we're off.
Yeah, you told us.
Yeah, but we do have to go to Louisville.
Have to go to Louisville tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So John Cloud says On the Barrel is a glitch in the Matrix. And you guys really are. You guys are like a glitch in the Matrix because you burst onto the scene. And I know, Dustin, you were doing your thing. And for anybody that didn't catch the November live stream, I want you guys to take a minute to just, kind of let people know who you are, what your channel's all about. But I will say that I definitely became aware of you guys thanks to the algorithm. Yeah. And it showed me the very first video that Kaylin was ever on. And I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. And it brought so much joy into my life. And you guys have continued to bring joy into my life. With your dynamic together. It's a beautiful thing. So tell the people who you are, what you're all about, and then we'll get this started.
Yeah. Well, first of all, hello. Yeah, everybody who does know us. I'm seeing many of you in the chat. Hello. Good to see you all. And for those of you who don't, I'm Dustin. That's Kaylin, as far as I know. And we... well, I got into whiskey a long time ago. In a nutshell, started a channel as sort of a, I don't know, to just like catalog my own collection in video form for myself and friends and stuff. And then I don't know, we just thought it'd be fun to do at least one episode with Kaylin. And then it was so much fun for us and people seemed to like it. So we were like, why not hang out together?
It was just supposed to be one time.
And then you got roped in.
That's what they always say.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is so fun. And the people are so fun. Like
this community rules.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Just immediately, like, I do remember your comment because I remember like clicking on Stuff and Whiskey and being like, holy crap, starstruck. Like these people are like legit. Like coming and checking out this nobody channel. Just really excited to be here. And this is just something fun that we like to do. And I feel like that's what makes it continue to be fun, is that it's a hobby. Although I know that you would like to one day quit your real life job and just do this full time.
Yeah, maybe this week or something. I don't know. Maybe Wednesday.
Maybe this week, last week, whatever.
BF clarified and says, On the Barrel is the Matrix.
Wow.
All right, guys. So I got to give a shout out to Gas VA 911, Mike Reyna, and Spike. We got you guys all in. Thank you for the donations.
It's not a giveaway; it's a raffle.
Yeah. So with that intro in, I think we should just get into this warm up pour, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we got to get our palates ready. We got to get our palates ready for this. We'll talk about what the wild couples challenge is ahead of us. But for now,
cheers.
Warm up pour.
Cheers.
Wow. The crystal.
Wow, that was almost like a triangle. Like
I know they really ring. I've never cheers with these.
These
before.
are some high quality Glens. We got to get some. Oh, the warm up pour is good.
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell us what it is?
Yeah, I would like to know whether you guys like it or not first. If there's anything specifically that you're getting.
It's like a fruit bouquet.
Ooh, fruit bouquet. I like that. Oh, Chris Setters, thank you so much, man. On the Barrel, amazing channel. You dang right they are.
Oh, stop it.
This is just the warm up.
Yeah, holy buckets.
I know, right?
I feel like I just dove into the deep end. This is the first whiskey I've had in like 2 days. So
that makes a difference.
I saw a Glen on this counter.
Oh, yeah, I had some Kilhoman last night. Whoops.
Yeah.
Liar. All blurs together, right?
Yeah.
It's good. It's a little bit like cough syrup, but I also don't know if that's just like
your own brain.
Yeah, my own brain.
Are you feeling like a red cough syrup? What was the cough syrup?
Yeah.
Choice as
or a grape.
Dimetapp.
Grape. Okay, that's what I was saying. Like red grape. What direction are we leaning?
Yeah, one of those, and not like in an unpalatable way, just like a little bit like leans that direction, but definitely on the nose, like fruit bouquet.
Have you drank it yet?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting a lot of nice, like barrel, like just wood spices.
It's warming everything. Like it's very warm.
It is warm.
I like that.
It's like a heated whiskey.
I definitely see
like the heated blanket.
your wood spices. That at first I got the fruit and that kind of syrupiness that you were talking about, Kaylin, and then second sip, I leaned more towards you, Dustin, where it really came through with like wood spices is the perfect note. It doesn't taste like if you. Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, it doesn't taste like wood, but it's what I would imagine if there were spices embedded into wood.
Yeah.
These are it.
Okay.
That's what it would be. It would be this.
Wow. If you could make it like an ode to wood cologne, but then also make it drinkable.
If we're talking about the warm-up pour this much, this is going to be a long night, y'all.
Yeah. I took a photograph of this setup. It's...
Yeah. All right. So you like it? Mm-hmm. Decent? Thumbs up? Mm-hmm. 2 thumbs up? Just okay?
It's good. I like it. Don't ask me to do actual ratings on all these. It's going to be too much.
You guys like it decent enough?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm in.
So
sold.
I wanted... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say sold.
Sold.
Never mind. Yep.
All right. So I wanted to give you guys something that I thought maybe you'd never had before, just to get things started and kind of set a baseline to give you something to pivot off of for the rest of the flight.
Oh, this is a baseline for the rest of the flight?
It's giving you a starting point so that you can know where.
Okay.
We'll see how this goes.
Okay.
This could work out very well. It could work out very poorly.
Okay.
I tried to build something that I felt was really interesting. And the game at hand before the reveal on the warm-up pour, we've already talked backstage and via text message and stuff. But so everybody in chat knows, the name of the game tonight is that there are 6 samples in play that represent 3 distilleries. And because we're a couple and you guys are a couple, I thought a couples game would be fun. So I'm single blind. Aaron and Dustin and Kaylin are all double blind. Mm-hmm. And our mission here is to find the couples. So we're not trying to guess proof. We're not even trying to guess the distillery necessarily. All those things you're welcome to guess those things if you would like. But the mission tonight is to find the couples, pair up the samples with their distillery partner sample. So to start things off, I wanted to give you something that I thought might be a somewhat familiar distillery at a moderate proof point, but something that I thought would be cool for you guys to try that maybe you've never had before. And maybe you have had this, I don't know. But this is Old Forester 117 series, High Angel Share Batch 1. This is a distillery exclusive release. And this is one of my favorite bottles, period. It's only a little 375. But
yes. I have only heard about the legend that is the 117 series, but I've never
now you've tasted it.
I know. That's amazing.
Surprise.
Specifically the High Angel shares. They have other releases within the series that are good, but this to me is definitely a cut above.
So as a High Angel share, like also another way to say a short barrel because it evaporated a lot.
Yeah. A lot of water evaporated from it. This first one came out, and this was the first one they ever released. This was March of 2021 when it released at the distillery. This is 110 proof, 55% ABV. And no age statement, but I think rumored to be around that 9-year-old mark. But yeah, I thought this was cool too. We were doing this and we were going to Old Forester tomorrow, so it just felt fun.
Tuesday.
Oh, that's where you're going. That's where you're going tomorrow. You lucky ducks.
Yeah. So I did see some people in chat saying I said we have to go. We have to make the trip to Old Forester.
We have to make.
Once we're there, we get to be there.
Yeah.
But we do have to make the trip. So. And after a night of this stream, that might be a challenge.
Can you refresh the thing? Mike Lawson, I got you down. Thank you for your super chat.
Mike, thank you so much. Got you in there. And Chris Setters, we got you. Thank you, guys.
My bedtime reminder. Your bedtime is set for 9 p.m. Wind down time is starting soon. Not today, Siri. Not today. Oh, she popped on. Hey, Siri. Nice to meet you. Okay.
All right, guys. So pallets are acclimated? Good to go?
Yeah.
I'm warm. Muscles are warm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into sample A. Again, I don't know the order in which we're drinking any of these pours, but we'll kick it off with sample A. What do you guys think about the nose?
We're doing nose and then palate. Oh, this is going to take a long time if we do it that way, love.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
That's a little hot. It's a hot one.
hot coming off the high angel share.
7 inches from the midday sun.
Oh man. Now you got that stuck in my head. We need a classic on the barrel cut in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give him a couple hours. He'll get it done.
Yeah.
It tastes, it smells to me a little like sawdusty, like a little.
Tastes a little woody.
Ooh, and a little dill, like maybe a little dill.
Yeah, this is, I get a good amount of a leather wallet in this.
Yeah, I like the leather wallet note. I'm tracking with you, Dustin.
I can get that.
Maybe it's just held some dirty money in it for a while.
You mean dirty money like dirt dirty or dirty
or like laundered money?
Laundered money.
No, yeah.
Although if it's laundered, wouldn't it be clean?
Illegal money. Smells illegal money.
I think you know too much, Aaron.
Hey, I watched Breaking Bad.
All right.
I know how this works.
Cheers, guys.
Whew.
Wow. I'm curious to know what you guys think about that.
Tastes
Can
like
you guess?
soda.
Can you guess what I'm doing here?
Wood shavings. What is happening here?
Wood is involved though.
Oh,
Is that the
Buttering bread.
Just doing a little
We don't have time.
staining. I was staining.
We don't have time for charades.
Well, that's my staining technique.
Oh, you're staining.
Ooh,
wood stain.
Because I got some nice like wood stain.
Yeah. I totally get that.
I like that. Whiskey charades would be a fun game.
Yeah. Or like a leather polish or something. It tastes as hot as it smelled for me.
I like the kind of stained varnish note.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, should we be keeping track of these if we're gonna have to match them?
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
I'm just gonna make some quick notes.
Yeah, first pass through, just kind of make some notes, see what you think as far as just whether you like it or not, and kind of just keep a catalog of that as we go. I think what you like and don't like from this flight would be very interesting, but obviously that's not the goal. The fun part is trying to match things up, but I think probably what will be interesting to chat will be depending on how you guys like, what you like and what you don't like. So what do you think about Glass A? Do you like it?
Yeah, it kind of, Caitlin said it smelled like sawdust shavings. It kind of tastes like sawdust shavings to me.
Yeah.
I definitely don't get any like food elements really. It's kind of all like other kinds of product.
Yeah, I feel like that one is pretty bitter all around.
Yeah, bitter. Yeah.
Not in like a astringent bitterness, but in just like a dark wood bitterness. Like a burnt, if you like over burnt caramel or something like that, and it was bad to caramel's standard, but pretty good to.
So would caramelized caramel or caramelized caramel be burnt caramel?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
How many times can you caramelize caramel?
I don't know.
How many times can you triple stamp a double stamp?
How many times can how many licks does it take to get to the middle of a Tootsie Roll pop?
We are going to be here.
Someone's had to figure that out at this point. And I bet it wasn't a bird.
Yeah, it wasn't that owl.
It wasn't that owl. Some actual human did.
Yeah, right. I don't dislike it, but I do feel like it is definitely on the spectrum of like manufactured items instead of like grown items.
Food items. Yeah.
Pardon me.
Natural. All right. I think we can move on to sample B and see how are these your pairings, by the way? Mm-hmm. Interesting. So while we're smelling and tasting B, I am curious because it's been, and I did see that Dave Renstrom did correct. And now that he said it, I do remember that it was late October. It was not November. I was thinking it was for your birthday live stream, but it was actually late October. So it has been, I mean, November, December, January, February, March, 5 months.
Wow.
So
it's too long.
How's it been going, guys? On the personal front, we'll talk about channel stuff in a minute. You guys moved. You're living with the fam. You've been traveling.
We were moving for like 4 months.
Well, I mean, we decided to. So, like, first of all, we have like the absolute privilege and luxury of being able to move at our own pace, and like her folks offered to have us start living with them like way earlier than any of us had planned. We were just like, why not? Well, yeah. We were just kind of like, why not do it sooner? That way we can slowly move stuff out, get the house ready for sale, all that stuff. So we like took our sweet time with all of that. But it was like they live an hour and 20 minutes away.
Which is it's not a long way, but it is when like every single time you need to like go to the house to like make some progress on packing stuff up or throwing stuff out.
And we didn't like rent a U-Haul or anything. We kind of just did carloads of our own cars. So we're just constantly, I don't know why.
Well, we got rid of a lot of stuff, to be fair. So we moved out of like 1,000 square foot home.
Yeah.
There was still a lot more stuff in there than I realized, but
mostly
Dustin's whiskey. Yeah, mostly what you see behind us in that screen.
Yeah, it's amazing how much you accumulate in a space, even if it's like not a big space. You can you can hide a lot of stuff in the house.
Yeah, it's nuts. But so yeah, fast forward to now. We sold that house just a couple weeks ago officially, and then
congrats.
We're hopefully now we're just depending on the weather to break ground on the new place. So that's all we're waiting for. Just the great thawing of Wisconsin ground.
The great northern thawing.
Yeah. It turns out they can like build a house all winter, but if you want to try to start building a house as it's warming up, that's like the only no.
Really?
They can essentially dig ground any time of the year except the 6 weeks that pretty much landed right when we were done like planning our house.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you guys
somebody did say Dustin and Kaylin seem to be the furthest from the router. It's probably not incorrect. I don't know where the router lives in this house.
I think it's
but we are up in the north and it's like right on a lake. I know, terrible place to live. But like it can be a little bit sketchy internet wise.
Yeah.
And there's a link right there on the barrel whiskey.
Oh, thanks, Richie Z.
Richie's the man. Richie is a stalwart of the whiskey tube community. Great guy. Always love seeing
him all over the place. Yeah.
Paul asked, what area of Wisconsin?
We'll be in the Hudson area, like just across the river. We didn't move far from home, just enough to, get to where you step outside of your car and you just hear the wind. And that's it. Yeah. So we love that.
Yeah.
Well, but right now we're in Balsam. Right now we're in Balsam Lake.
Yeah.
Over on the Barrel Whiskey Patreon, you catch some shots of the land that you guys got, and it is gorgeous up there.
Thank you. Yep. Yeah, a lot of trees.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What do you guys think about Glass B?
All right. Well, let's see.
What do you think about Glass B?
It's fine.
Nope. It's fine.
No, it's good.
It doesn't burn as much on the nose as the last one did for me.
It feels a little, compared to Glass 1, it feels softer on the palate, but it also kind of tastes sweeter, like more fruit. There's more fruit and less pencil shavings.
Just gonna say, I feel like I'm getting some cherry with this one now.
Yeah, there's more fruit in here.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Definitely more fruity.
I think it still has a bitter element, like a bitter woody element, but I do get more fruit on the nose and the palate.
Man, I really like that one.
Digging too? Are you guys liking sample B more than sample A?
I think for me, yes. So. Yeah. This is
with the fruit.
It tastes slightly more balanced to me, and I really like that. Like it does still have really good, I think dark oak in there, but that little touch of cherry just.
Yeah, it is really nice.
Yeah, a little fruit kind of just helps balance it out.
Yeah, I even get behind the fruit. You get kind of punched with the fruit. It's like a big old ball of fruit flavor, and then after that, the spice kind of ramps up with the wood on the back end to balance that sweetness out. Yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. I know it's in the flight. I don't know what that could be. I'm trying not to think about it too hard, but I enjoy that. I probably do enjoy it more than A. I'd be curious to know what you guys think about with sample B being more balanced. Glass A is kind of it's like a specialist in sports. You know, it's the guy that he's the home run hitter or he's the slam dunk guy or whatever. He's a little brash, maybe the knockout puncher, but maybe doesn't have the technique that sample B has. How important is balance in a pour to you guys versus something that is kind of unapologetically what it is?
Oh,
Or
it depends.
Even think of whiskey in those terms.
I do love a good balanced one, but I also really like something super weird and like that goes in one particular like weird direction. But it has to be a good direction, like something that still tastes good, but it doesn't have to be balanced for me, at least.
Yeah, I think I agree there. I was gonna say, like, I used to, like, when I first started getting into it's like, so I started in whiskey with drinking Scotch first, and then like got into the American, bourbon and ryes and stuff. And so when I first started drinking Islay Scotches or peated Scotches, my inclination every time was just to be like, I just want something that hits me in the face with smoke. Like, I just want the most smoke possible because I've just loved that flavor. And like over time, I think I've now begun to like really appreciate the balance there, especially in a peated whiskey. But even now with bourbons, where like, yeah, that first one wasn't bad. It was just a whole different experience that, like, I don't know. Sometimes I am in the mood for those whiskeys that are just like kind of one dimensional a little bit, especially if they're finished in something interesting, like you were saying. Like, I know, like, one that I can think of off the bat is I've only had the Cedar Ridge finishes, but the Amontillado finished bourbons. And that to me is a super distinct flavor that, like, if I had an Amontillado finished bourbon and like there was barely any at all that I could barely pick up on, I'd be kind of disappointed. Because like I want that, whatever it's finished in, to sort of be ever present, like, and sometimes I hate when that like falls short if something is finished in something and I'm like, well, this is supposed to be sherry finished. I don't get any sherry at all. Like,
Disappointment.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've actually ever thought of it in those terms. I kind of just go off of whatever just tastes the best to me, like on a barrel pick or something like that. But there is something to be said for, I guess we kind of do think about it. At least it came up during the Jack Daniels pick. We were picking a Jack Daniels barrel proof Tennessee whiskey and then a Jack Daniels barrel proof rye. And there was a conversation to be had about when people are getting a Jack Daniels barrel proof rye, what is their expectation of the experience that they're purchasing? And how much do you want to stray from that in an effort to get something that's different, and we had one barrel that me and someone else really loved, me and Adam loved, but it really didn't even taste like a rye at all. It tasted more like just a Tennessee whiskey. And it definitely it had a lot of balance and it had some really cool flavors for a Jack Daniels barrel proof rye, but it didn't really feel like a Jack Daniels barrel proof rye. So we ended up, also there were 7 people there and me and Adam were the only 2 that really loved that barrel. So that one got pushed out. But
let's get on with C.
Yeah, I did see, by the way, that Dave said they're getting an error going to Streamlabs. I just pulled it up. I definitely had a little bit of a challenge.
Michael was giving some tips. I think they're figuring it out.
You do have to make sure your name's in there with no spaces for some reason. But, I see what. I think I can maybe update this live. There we go. All right, the link should work, and I just posted it in chat as well. So, all right. So I think, do we all like B more than A?
Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I'll speak for Kaylin.
Let's get into C.
We'll talk about that later.
C is different.
This one smells like old books.
I thought that was all you were gonna say. This one smells like old.
It smells like
it smells like old people. No, I'm just kidding.
Would also be accurate. Just a blanket old. An old blanket. Old.
But yeah, it does smell like a dusty bookshop or something, like a library.
Mm-hmm.
This is also weird, but I'm also getting maybe a little bit of like laundry detergent. Like there's a weird fresh.
Like a fruity scent. One that is also
a dryer sheet.
Fruit? Yeah, dryer sheet.
I kind of got that on the palette, actually. A little dryer sheet action on the palette.
It's a little bit of Downy in there.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe she's born with it.
That's a different tagline. This one is.
Whoa! I got like grape.
This is like hanging out on my tongue. Like it's like, I feel like it's like coating my taste buds.
I do like that
grape
sensation.
Soda.
Grape soda.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just. You get that note at weird times.
Well, welcome to it. It's happening right now.
Some kind of condition.
You're living it.
It's certainly in a lot of whiskeys, or not a lot, but
I do get grape soda.
Yeah, there are fair share.
It's kind of like flat grape soda, though.
Yeah, or even I'm gonna go back to cough syrup. Even like a grape medicine of some kind, like maybe not cough syrup. That's a little strong, but like some kind of grape medicine,
like Tylenol.
Yeah, Tylenol, the like tablets. Yeah, fun story. Dustin can't really like swallow pills. So we have to get him the chewable. We have to get have to get him the chewable and liquid form of almost everything.
Yeah, I'd rather take an IV of something than try and swallow a pill.
Wow.
So my daughter, she is 13 to be fair, but she's getting into where she has to, like, if she wants to take medicine, she can take just the regular medicine. She doesn't have to take the child's version anymore. But she definitely still needs the chewables because she just can't do the pill thing.
She can't.
And I can, like, I take some supplements and I'll just get like 4 big horse pills and just chuck them down all at once.
Yeah. Can you do it without water?
No, that's without water. It's crazy. Without water.
Oh, I've done that before. No. It can be done.
Tough times.
Desperate times. Desperate times.
I wonder if that goes hand in hand with the ability. So like I've also, not like I do it often, but I've also never been able to like effectively chug beer or anything. Like in my, early 20s and
I bet neither can their 13-year-old daughter.
I was always the last person to like.
There's another
similarity. We don't know until she tries.
But I wonder if that like has something to do with it. Every time I have to take one pill, I like have to psych myself up and like okay.
Dude,
our friends.
That's what I have to do.
Myself.
That's what I have to do with eye drops. I can't do.
You can't do eye drops.
I'm not a contacts guy.
God,
so if I have to put an eye drop in my eye, you got to psych yourself up.
It's torturous watching it.
And you're just pouring it on your forehead and your cheek because you don't want to actually.
And then letting it like drip down.
I have to focus on the ceiling and surprise myself as to when it's gonna hit. And then you would have thought I got shot by a bullet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's kind of it's entertaining to watch him try to do that. And I've had like contacts since I was in middle school, so I'm like, I gotta fix my contact lens, and I'm like touching my eyeball. He's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I gotta shout out Jason Zell coming through with a massive super chat.
Also, Mick Boiler and Domingo, I got you too.
Yep. I did call them out, but we do have them. Yeah.
I don't think we called them out because they were.
I said Domingo and Dave. Yeah. I got them.
Okay. Well, I got you guys too.
Man, yeah. Oh, medicine. Some good medicine talk.
All right,
this is why we're stuffing whiskey.
So we think.
So glass C is medicine.
Like medicine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do we like it more or less than B?
I think a little less, but I like that it's weird.
Yeah, I think B is still my jam. so far. It's still the front runner.
Okay. Would you think that C falls ahead of A?
Oh God.
You don't have to go back and taste A. Just on memory alone.
I do have to go back.
I think I like C better than A though. Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. I like A again. Well, it is so wood stainy though. That is like.
It's getting. I went back to A on the nose, and it smells like maple syrup.
Oh yeah, I was literally just that thought went into my cerebral cord vet.
Okay.
Just really surprised me. I couldn't believe it because I didn't get that at all first pass.
I like the nose of C better than A.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to
I think I like C a little better than A.
That's
D.
just
me.
All right. I could see that. I think there's a case to be made, depending on your palate preferences, for any of these. But
right.
Whiskey Wisdom said for the eye drop thing, dripping on your nose bridge and let it roll into the corner of your eye.
Wow, what a great tidbit.
I kind of do something similar. I just look at the ceiling and then I just squirt a bunch and just blink a lot.
He goes through like a whole bottle of eye drops for one.
Luckily, he doesn't have to put eye drops in his eyes a ton.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Oh man, ooh. D's we're switching gears again on D. This is so the issue with me wanting to be single blind is I can't stack the flight. I can't set it up in an order in which I think it will work out a certain way. I have to go with the randomization of the way it gets switched up by Aaron.
Yep.
And I don't know what I'm switching up when I'm switching it up.
It feels like we're on a crazy roller coaster. Like the first one was like at the top of the drop, and then we went through some twists and turns, and
yes,
now we're doing. I don't even know what we're doing with this one.
Ooh. Also, I messed up my contact lens by doing that example.
Oh no. Don't do
I might need to go put some drops in my eye.
And Erin will just do it in the middle of it. She'll be driving and putting eye drops in. I'm like, what are you doing?
At a stoplight, yeah. If I can't see it because my contact is bothering me, I better be putting eye drops in, yo. Everyone on the road wants me to.
Yeah, I would be blind if I didn't have my eyes.
I wish I had my purse right here. Wow.
That's different.
Definitely tastes like a lower proof.
It's a little more like oatmeal-y or like almost like cream of wheat.
Yeah. But like the plain kind.
Did you guys ever have cream of wheat growing up? Dustin's family was big in that.
My dad used to do cream of wheat with butter on it.
You want to know? I actually did something kind of disgusting now that I'm an adult and I think about it. But I would put so little like liquid in the mixture that it would harden enough that I could cut like pizza pieces in my bowl, and then I would. So they were almost like bars of cream of wheat. And I would eat.
You guys are probably wondering after the last live stream, you're like, how much of Dustin is like enough of Dustin? And I think we just hit that point.
Yeah. Good night. I'll just let him take over.
People do baked oatmeal. It's almost the same thing. You just don't have to use an oven. It's kid friendly.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. So I never did cream of wheat or oatmeal or anything like that as a kid. Having a country cooking grandma, it was always whatever during the week for breakfast before school. But then on the weekends, it was always country cooking, which was really nice. If you guys have ever been
country cooking, like biscuits and gravy,
biscuits, sausage,
shrimp and grits, and
all that.
Well, not shrimp and grits for breakfast.
No, not yeah. She didn't really do. She didn't really do seafood, much like
but grits.
But yeah, grits. Lots of sausage, waffles, pancakes, lots of maple syrup, Cairo syrup, just straight up corn syrup.
Cairo corn syrup.
Wow.
But like my go-to quick breakfast, and I don't know if anybody else ever did this. I've sung the praises of this dish many times, the culinary excellence of the dish I'm about to tell you guys. But you just get some Eggo waffles, toaster Eggos. And you get some bologna.
Oh, I knew you were going to say bologna.
And you fry the bologna, and you put an Eggo down with some butter and syrup, and then you put a piece of fried bologna on, and then another Eggo with some butter and syrup, and you eat it, and it's like a sweet and savory thing with the syrup. Yeah, it's really good.
I could see you doing that with Spam.
I was just gonna say I have.
We're from Minnesota, so Spam.
I have done that with Spam.
Yeah, that's big up here.
Yeah, I did not know Spam was big up. I have family up there, and I did not know Spam was big
Austin,
up
there. Minnesota, I think is where that factory is or started or something.
Yeah, southernish Minnesota.
Fried bologna is definitely a southern thing. Like fried bologna sandwiches are a big thing, but I love that play of sweet and savory. Like one of my favorite breakfasts is really fluffy buttermilk biscuits with country sausage with a little bit of like a hot heat to it and a nice like strawberry jam or strawberry preserves. Oh, so good.
That does sound pretty good. Oh man.
I also like sweet and savory. The only reason why I would ever eat sweet is if there's a savory element with it, because I'm mostly savory.
Yeah, interesting. And I just want cinnamon rolls and whatever the most sugar I can possibly.
I love cinnamon rolls.
Amen to that.
Those are so good.
Did you guys like D?
Yeah. D feels different to me. What do you guys think about D?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
D's are different.
Yes.
D for different.
Yeah, it's just kind of a light.
I'm gonna write that down.
A light oaty cinnamon, a little bit.
OT cinnamon.
I don't know if I get a ton of like fruits necessarily in here.
Okay. I like the oatmeal note on there.
Yeah.
I do get some fruitiness on there, but that's a very interesting pour. Whiskey Wisdom Thrasher, we got you guys in. Yeah. Thank you so much. Saw you pop up. Whiskey Wisdom says, cheers, Josh, Aaron, Dustin, and Kaylin. Let's push the limits of beef Wellington. And then Thrasher says, great seeing these two couples on the screen together. Great seeing you two.
My mother made us beef Wellington before we did this live stream tonight. Yep. And by made us, like, she didn't make it like live tonight. She had some they like did like a Christmas party thing where she made a bunch and then she froze a few of these Wellingtons, and then she was like waiting for a time to like unfreeze them and make them, and so she made it tonight. So that's what we had like an hour before we got ready to do this. So nice. I know it's not, trust me, this is not a normal meal that we would have, but I think Karen's beef Wellington is saving us because I feel pretty good right now.
Oh, good.
There we go. All right. D is D anybody's favorite?
I'm not picking a favorite tonight.
You're not picking a favorite?
No.
You got to pick one for the people.
I can't.
It's for the people.
But I can't.
Okay. Aaron almost died before this.
I think I had a really bad low blood sugar incident. I thought I was gonna pass out. Like I thought I was gonna pass out multiple times.
She literally revived and got in her chair and got on a live stream.
I'm slow sipping, y'all. I'm slow sipping.
Oh my god.
So you're doing the couples pairing with the distilleries, but you're not picking a favorite, is what
Correct.
You're saying. Okay. All right. What do you guys think about E?
This smells a little bit like. Well, should I not say that?
What?
Well, you guys are welcome to say whatever you would like.
Well, I don't think we're like against them.
Yeah, you're not against them.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells a little bit like C to me.
I was thinking that it.
I was like, what C?
Uh-oh. Kaylin needs to go to bed already.
Like the C?
Yeah.
Like the old man in the sea?
Why are you speaking in cryptic? I kind of like the nose on this one. I feel like this one smells kind of balanced. Like I do get some good fruit.
I get some nice cherry, like Luxardo cherry syrup.
And like it's a little sweet, but I also doesn't smell too sweet. I'm gonna taste it.
Oh, what is that? It reminds me of like a push-up that I had as a kid, like the ones you get from like the Schwann's man. Like there was like Flintstones push-ups.
Yeah, Flintstones push-ups.
Oh, the push pops.
Yeah,
but not the orange ones. This is like the rare like red
the sherbet ones or something.
Yeah, my mom used to order from the Schwann's man.
Yeah, man, they had the best root beer float bars. Did you ever have those? It was like
that sounds.
It was like awesome. A hard, like it was like a popsicle coating of root beer float, like flavored popsicle, and then the whole inside was just vanilla ice cream. Oh my god!
Oh wow! So yeah, I was more of like into the fruit flavored popsicles.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
This one tastes like a little bit like grainier, like I don't know. I was expecting more fruit on the palate because of the nose.
Man, I get a lot of fruit on the palate, actually.
I do as well.
Why don't I leave? You guys can stay here with my...
Yeah. Me and you are right here. Me and you are right here tonight.
Yeah.
All right, what am I writing down for this one?
Yeah, what do we call that? What do you guys want to call that one? I feel like I did such a good job at this last time. A is the Varnishy Wood Shop as a recap. B was
the medicine.
The good cough syrup.
Yeah.
C was
the chewable grape Tylenol.
The chewable Tylenol. D was for different.
Wheat.
That was the one that was oats. And then this one, what are we going to call it?
I don't know.
God, I'm getting that same grape note in this, but it's a little more cherry than grape.
I could see that.
But it's there.
It does remind me of...
Wait, we're doing E?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It does remind me of C.
Grape again.
Man, I'm getting so confused on all these.
It's going back
to my original.
It's almost like it's a seemingly really simple game that might actually turn out to be more complex than one may think.
Are you hinting at the fact that people say that we should do better in our blinds because it's really easy?
No. Well, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
I was like, this should be interesting because on the surface, it should be a simple game. Like, there are 3 distilleries. Just taste the things and match it up with the distilleries. But every once in a while, you will hear somebody say, like, if we do something with a wheated whiskey or like a wheated bourbon, and we're talking about it like it's a rye, we're like, I don't know, it feels like it might be a rye. And then somebody in the comments inevitably says, it's a wheated bourbon. How in the world would you call it a rye? And I was like, well, you taste stuff blind on the internet and see how you do.
Yeah. Paula said Schwann's closed in November.
Oh, R.I.P.
It did.
Aww.
Yeah, it did.
I'm
sad.
gonna raise glass F to Schwann's memory.
Ooh,
good point.
Fudge
to Schwann's.
F, glass F for the fudge sickles from Schwann's.
There we go. By the way,
to me, pausing my video games and running upstairs when I heard the truck pull up.
Oh, yeah. By the way, did anybody like E as their favorite?
I don't think so, but I do feel like I agree with Dustin. It seems like C.
Okay.
It is like C, but I think it's slightly better, actually. I like it better than C. But I think B is still the front runner for me. That one really, I don't know.
Oh, I got dust again. I got some dust here.
Oh, bananas. This is Banana City right now.
What? You're throwing a wrench in here. This is the last of the samples.
This smells like
banana.
It smells like banana chocolate.
Get out of here.
I tell you what.
Man, I was not getting that, but now that you said it, the power suggestion is so strong, and I'm locked in now. You put it in my head.
I'll keep my bananas in myself.
I still got like dust, this is like library again. What was the other one that was like library? Like a dusty bookstore.
I feel like we've had.
Was that B or?
I think B and C both had that going on.
One of them was a dusty.
Man, I can't get past like Hershey's chocolate syrup right now. What is happening?
I'm with you, man. Cheers, y'all.
I think my pairings are wrong, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, then why don't you change them?
Because I got too confused when I reorganized them, so I'm just going with my initial pairings.
All right. It's not fully fair for me to participate in the pairings because I know what's in the flight, and I think I know the pairings, and I even think I know most of the pours, but I could be completely wrong. I'm just more interested to see how this plays out because it's going to be very interesting. And again, if you would like to participate in the raffle, you can do so via the link in the video description, or as the ticker says right here. We're going to talk about Glass F, and then we're going to get into the charity aspect of tonight's stream. So go ahead. If you're waiting on that, get ready for that. It is a little bit past the top of the hour. We did have some technical difficulties, so we are running a little bit behind. We do have ADHD Whiskey in the chat as well. Great to see you, Matt. Says cheers all. in Vegas trying to keep my children's eyes still relatively innocent, so can't watch now. You know we're clean here.
No, he's trying to keep them from looking at all the stuff in Vegas.
I see that now. I see there are boobs and butts everywhere. I mean, I thought he was talking about on the stream here, but I'm not wearing a low-cut shirt.
You're not showing your cleave? I wish you would.
Or my special shirt.
We'd get way more views if you started showing some cleavage.
You know.
Just saying.
All right, what do you guys think about F?
I can't get away from Dusty Bookstore and Sawdust, and that doesn't mean I don't like it. I just feel like that's kind of like what I'm getting.
Yeah.
And you got bananas.
Yeah. I get like chocolate sauce, like Hershey's chocolate syrup.
I'm going to make a separate line for Dustin.
The old regular, or maybe the dark chocolate kind, the like special. But I literally like, it smells like I just sliced open a banana and doused it in chocolate syrup and just called it a day.
That sounds delicious, actually.
What is wrong with my palate?
I don't know.
Here's
book an appointment for you tomorrow.
I can see both. I absolutely can see both.
Yeah, I can see the book situation too.
So Matt said, my 7-year-old said, this is inappropriate. Real quick, I have to take a not a commercial break, but I have to talk about the experience that I had with my daughter Avery. We used to live in downtown Nashville, like a block off Broadway, and it was an awesome place to live. But we were talking about it, and we're like, man, when she's probably around 10 years old, we really can't be living downtown anymore. It's not the best place for a young child, but it was nice because we could walk to the library, and the Nashville Public Library is really huge and historic and really beautiful. And
she and I walked around all downtown one day and went to go see a baseball game.
Yeah,
because we could walk.
You could walk to everything. You could walk to pizza places or great restaurants and everything. It was a really great setup. But one day I took her to the library, which was 5 blocks away. And we walked up to the library, did our thing there, hung out, watched it. She was 7, 7 at the time. Watched a puppet show that they had on whatever Tuesday puppet shows. And then we were walking back, and we were halfway back home, and it was 11 o'clock on a Tuesday. And we walk up to the corner, and anybody that's been in Nashville knows that this is subject to happen at any point in time. But 11 o'clock on a Tuesday, a bus with the top cut off of it, a party bus, pulls up to the red light where we're waiting to cross the street, and they were just playing Juveniles, Back That Thing Up, uncensored, and girls are twerking on top of the bus. And my daughter, if Erin was me and I'm my daughter, this is what she was doing. Like, she was trying to process
what she saw with how you were reacting.
Yeah.
And I was
what does my dad think of this?
I was like, you know what? It might be time for us to move a few years earlier than we thought.
Oh, come on. What about the time you verbally assaulted a homeless man?
He was verbally assaulting us first. Yeah. I just didn't take kindly to that.
Avery was with us, and so Josh got real parental.
Yeah.
And was like, my daughter's right here. Back off.
Yeah.
And he was not right in the head.
Yeah, he was definitely he had some issues, unfortunately. But
I thought you were going to say, Josh, that you then went and bought a Juvenile record to introduce.
I already had the Juvenile record.
We already had it.
Yeah.
I just didn't play it in the car. She didn't play it in the car with Avery. That was the soundtrack of my high school career.
Oh, yes.
Where would I be when I'm up? Oh, no, it's Ja Rule. Never mind.
Oh, my goodness.
A different J.
All right. So is F anybody's favorite?
That's good.
I don't think it's mine. I think I'm still back to B.
I mean, I'm a banana.
I will say I smelled it after a little while, and now I get like a smoky maple bacon nose, but I don't get that on the palate.
Wow, look at all your notes over there. Oh my God. That's why I keep you around.
So organized.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My organization pales in comparison to your guys's.
I'm glad I have her though. Like with all this house stuff too, whenever we're on the phone with like the loan people and there's just percentages.
The loan people.
You see, I'm sitting there trying to listen like, okay, and then what happens? And then we do this and this, and then how much is coming out? And then Caitlin's just like, okay, yeah, I got it. Yep. understand. And
the numbers are just flying past Dustin's head. Like,
yeah.
It's like that meme, that GIF where all the numbers are flying.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm like, shh, just give me your money. It's fine.
I'll take care of this. Back away, sir. William Hall, thank you so much, man. Said, great cause. All right, let's go ahead and real quick, while you guys take a minute, it seems like B's the front runner in the clubhouse right now for almost everybody. I think I'm on board.
I'm not gonna pick a favorite, so I'll be on board with B.
I don't know how much how much group influence is at play here.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like I think I'm kind of tracking with you guys. If we rank the whole flight, which is not the goal right now, I think we would all be fairly close.
I think I liked them all for different reasons, and some better than others. But the one that maybe was like the most enjoyable without trying was B.
Yeah. So that's a great note. So guys, take a minute, try to figure out the pairings, and then maybe a favorite or two. Do you think any of these are special? Do you think any of these are allocated? Anything like that might be useful information for anybody watching is always helpful. I will say, as the ticker says down here, and we're about to take this off because we're going to do the charity thing, but you do want this flight. I'm confident there's a pour or two in here that anybody would want to try. And I'm curious to see if that comes out as the favorite. I'm curious to see how these things get paired up by everyone. So we will find out. But you definitely do want this flight. But for now, we're going to take that down. And I want to talk about this live auction alert. So the way this is going to work is you're just going to comment in chat. So it's just like if you were at an auction, but your bids will be in chat. This is for a participation spot in our June 29th live stream. So please, before you bid, make sure you're available on June 29th or can get available. And it will be at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. And we will be doing on that fundraiser or on that live stream, we will be doing a blind flight, a blind tasting challenge, thanks to Whiskey Tube community legend Chris Prokopiak. And we're going to push a bunch of people over to Adriana at Whiskey Mountains, her fundraiser for Alzheimer's. Tonight, the way you participate in this and get a spot on that June 29th challenge is to simply bid in chat. So say, I'm willing to donate $50 or $100 to ALS, and it will go to Team Gleason. And I'm going to post Team Gleason in the chat right now.
There you go.
So you just got it. So Team Gleason, you can read up on the organization, and we'll keep this going. We want to give Kaylin and Dustin some time to work on this flight, to figure out what they want their pairings to be. Then we'll do the reveal and all that stuff, and then we'll just hang out and talk for a little while. But let's go ahead and kick it off. I feel like, look, if Chris Prokopiak's sending you a flight, again, it's
gonna be good.
Bill Kavanaugh level collection of whiskey.
Is Chris participating in the live stream as well?
Chris will be on the live stream
with us? Okay.
Facilitating the blind.
Nice. Okay.
I believe so.
Cool.
You do want to be a part of this.
Does he know he's going to be on the live stream? Okay.
It's going to be 5 or 6 pours. He's still narrowing down the flight for what he wants to include, and there's also going to be a warm-up pour as well.
Nice.
And I do know what the warm-up pour is going to be. That's all I know.
Okay.
And I'm excited about the warm-up pour, which makes me very excited for the entire flight. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing tonight. So let's go ahead and kick things off in chat. Do we have $50? That feels a reasonable place to start, right?
Yeah.
And don't donate to the link in the video description. Not the first link. The second link for Team Gleason that I just posted. Don't donate to that until you bid in chat, and then you are notified to be one of the winners. And once you're notified of being one of the winners, that's when you donate to Team Gleason. Send us an email just showing that you donated, proof of donation, and you're locked in. So, all right, we're kicking it off. Matt T's got 100, and we got Michael coming in with 200, which Michael participated in a very similar flight from Bill Kavanaugh for our annual fundraiser for mental health.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's so many charities out there that you can support, and ALS is there's so like, I wish there were more causes we could shine light on.
Yeah.
They just, we hang out. Many of us spend a lot of money on whiskey, and spending a little bit of money on charities to support is an incredible thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we felt like early on, it was our platform that we needed to shine a light on charity. And we know that means a lot to a lot of people in our community. So it's something that we take very seriously. I think anytime we talk about the channel with people that are like, wait a minute, you guys have a YouTube channel? What's that all about? The two things we're talking about always are bragging on the community for just how amazing the community is, and then the charity element.
Yep.
So that's what we care about, and we know that it means a lot to you guys too. Oh, love this. So Craig says, great cause. They helped getting my late wife her communication device. And I do love, so in full transparency, ALS is, I remember there's a baseball thing in the playoffs. I'm going to botch this really badly. I'm not going to go too in depth in it, but they have an ALS thing during the MLB playoffs years ago. And they were wearing a certain kind of bow tie for it. And it was when I was doing wedding photography, and I would always wear bow ties to my weddings that I shot.
You did?
That for photographic purposes, and be careful these days. The weddings I photographed.
The weddings you photographed.
And I would wear a bow tie, but I bought the ALS bow tie to support ALS and everything. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a terrible disease, and I mean, anything that you can do to help somebody's quality of life while they're dealing with that is incredible. So, all right, we've got 200 from Michael S. Let's run this thing up a little bit, guys. You're going to join us on a stream. You're going to get 6 pours that will easily probably, like, if you bought these 6 pours in a bar, they would eclipse $200 worth of value for sure. Mm-hmm. So let's run this thing up a little bit. While we're waiting, I'm going to go through this as well and figure out what I think my pairings are.
Mm.
See Michael Gilmore down. Dustin said, dang, she's back. Stepped away.
Oh,
Michael,
I was
your imaginary wife. Okay.
I was doing that while Kaylin was gone, and she was filling up her water across the room, but she could still hear because she has her headphone in it. And she was like, "Dustin," she's like, "Stop it! They're talking about a charity right now."
I'm just so sorry about him.
You can't. Well, you can't take Michael anywhere, and clearly you can't take Dustin anywhere.
Yeah, well, you can.
At your own risk, right?
The most non-serious person on the planet.
So how long are we going to do the...
Non-serious is a good thing. We'll let it run for a little bit.
Okay.
I want to let it run for a little while.
Okay.
Just because it is a
great
cause, and it's a good way to raise some awareness and raise some funds.
So right now the high bid is 200.
And Matt's in second place with 100. So right now Matt and Michael are our 2 participants for this thing.
We think we figured it out. When do we tell you?
Do you have favorites as well?
Oh, I think it's still B for both of us.
I think
Oh, did yours change?
No.
Tell me?
No. If it did,
I left the table for 5 seconds.
No, I would email you. I would email you a legal document saying that I changed my mind. Have you sign it?
Richie,
right.
Thank you. Gosh, who is Richie? I need to know more.
Richie's the man.
That's I feel like, well, and I do recall. I do recall in your November live stream too. I'm assuming it was also him. My memory is terrible, but
my memory is terrible too.
Right there with the links, man. I mean, you're so sweet.
It's what Richie does best.
Yeah. Richie's
always showing love and support within the Whiskey Tube community, which is what this community is really good at.
I think this whole community does a great job at that.
Oh yeah, everybody here is guilty of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my favorite might still be B, but I do like that each of them had a little bit of their own thing, even though I feel like we inevitably could sort of, and we could be totally wrong, but I felt like we could pair them up. But I still feel like every single one stood on their own for some reason or another.
Yeah, I agree.
Interesting note.
I think they did all.
Oh, what?
And we got Michael Newcomer coming in with 200. Love to see Michael's name always, period. But also, I know Michael has a huge heart for charity, so participating in this is awesome, and we definitely love to have him on the live stream. So right now we have Michael and Michael.
Michael and Michael. Two mics.
Here's my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl, and old Bob.
I wonder,
old Bob Newhart reference.
I feel like we're too old, and they probably don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, some people do, but a lot of people don't.
Oh,
I love
Michael's the one who sent us the Brothers Bond.
What a guy.
Oh, Kim.
Yeah.
We got Kim for 250.
Hey, Kim's in for 250. Oh, so now we've got Michael and Michael deadlocked at 200 for second place. Wow. would love to have Kim apart too.
Yeah.
I feel like I know bottles only go so far, so Chris can only do 2 flights because he has to send one to us and he's going to do one as well. So there is that. But man, yeah, I'm loving everybody that's participating so far. Thank you guys so much. All right. Oh, Michael's up to 300 and Thrasher's up to 250. So now we've got
this is
Kim and Thrasher tied at 250.
Hard to.
This is getting exciting.
I know.
Mike says, showing your age now, Josh. Yeah, man, I grew up.
I mean, Josh was raised by his grandmother.
Yeah.
So.
And I also. I grew up.
You seem a little older than you are because you were raised by what's her generation? The silent generation.
She was born in 1926, so whatever that is.
Oh,
Michael's in for 300. There we go. Wow. Okay, so Michael and Michael are both at 300.
Oh dang.
2 top bids right now. Wow. All right.
I think this might be my first live auction that I'm witnessing.
It's kind of exciting.
It is exciting. We did these the past 2 years in October, early October. Usually we do a charity live stream for mental health. And I think and when I say we, I mean like the community. Like it's not just us. People donate bottles and make everything happen.
When is that?
We just host it. It's early October usually.
We try to do it close to World Mental Health Day if we can swing it. Which
is October the 10th. But yeah, somewhere around there, like on a Sunday that works. And I think in 4 years of drinking whiskey on the internet, we've raised like over 70.
As in the whiskey
the community, have generated over $70,000.
Wow.
For mental health. Yeah.
God, that's awesome.
What do you guys normally do for that? Sorry to segue, but that's a really close cause for our hearts. So.
Yeah, I mean, it literally, I think mental health is probably at the crux of a lot of things there's a lot of things in society that get blamed for things that mental health is actually probably the root of. And there's no worse place to be than feeling hopeless and helpless. Yeah. And nobody should have to go through that, but many people do in some form or fashion. And if it's not directly you, then it's somebody that probably is one step removed from you. And cancer is something that like cancer and ALS and Alzheimer's, like these are definitely huge causes that we love and do support personally. And I even am part of an organization that helps these other things as well. But for our channel, we really feel like we want to highlight mental health. So we support an organization out of Florida called To Write Love on Her Arms. And they are awesome. They just like help people that need help.
Like put them in counseling,
sponsorships for things,
whatever they need, recovery processes.
Like hands-on helping people. So that's what they're all about, which is kind of cool. I was not familiar with Team Gleason when Chris suggested that this is what the beneficiary tonight was, whatever you call it, but for ALS, but they seem to kind of do the same thing. It's like there are people who are struggling with ALS. Team Gleason steps in and makes their lives better. And then we even, like I said, we had Craig comment and say that is true.
They helped. Yeah,
like they helped
his wife.
Like they're helping.
They got her a communication device.
Yeah. And I hope I got Craig's name right. I said it out loud and then I immediately got super scared that I messed it up. Oh, I was right. Thank goodness. So, all right. So we are at,
I think
We are
Should we
at
close the bidding?
300 and 300 for Michael and Michael. Let's go ahead and do a little going once.
Going once, and then we'll. I know there is like a lag, a delay.
I don't know if sometimes you have those dreams. I had that. I feel like everybody has this dream where you just can't run as fast as you think you should. You're trying to get away from something or somebody, and you're running, but it feels like you're in molasses. And also, if you just put inspiring music behind it, then it's like a hero montage.
Like a Chariots of Fire situation.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say going twice.
Going twice. We got 300 and 300. We got $600 raised for ALS.
Michael Squared potentially joining us.
And we're going to have to be very clear on the live stream who we're talking to in June if this pans out.
All right.
Michael and Michael. There it is.
All right.
Thank you guys.
So what do they need to do?
And thank everybody for participating.
They need to donate and then just send like a screenshot, email it to stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com.
Yep. I'm putting it in the chat again right now. So Michael and Michael, all you got to do is donate to teamgleason.org right there and email us at stuffandwhiskey.com with a screenshot of your donation for $300. And you guys are both in.
Cool.
That'll be fun.
So thank you guys so much for participating in that. And then I can't wait for June now. So now we get to have an awesome live stream in June.
And then in the May one is going to be your birthday live stream.
Oh, we got great live streams.
Your birthday's in May?
It is.
Mine is, yeah.
His is.
What day?
May 20th.
Oh,
so close.
Were you?
Who's a May baby?
We're
29th.
We're both the 29th.
You're both? I feel like we knew this.
We
had
to have talked about this.
Yeah, I'm sure
we
had
to. I feel like I knew this.
Because you're a Taurus, technically.
Mm-hmm.
And we're Geminis over here.
On the cusp. Allegedly, it's the last day.
I bet you have I bet you got a lot of similarities.
Yeah. I feel like you guys need to tell me what I am because I'm on the cusp of Scorpio and Sagittarius, and I don't know which one I am because it depends on what magazine I read.
I don't think there's a topic I know less about.
I know, same though. That's the thing.
No. You got to tell them everything you know.
When I was a teenager, like you would read those like Cosmos or like whatever, the little 17 magazines. And there was always those little horoscope sections. And I never truly found much I just thought they were fun to read. But depending on the magazine, my birthday's November 22nd. And so sometimes November 22nd was like one thing. And then sometimes the 21st was the cutoff. So
I always thought it was the 21st. So that's just the world I've been living in.
Okay. I don't know. I don't even know which one was the cutoff. Which one comes first, Scorpio or Sagittarius?
Yeah. I do not.
You be whatever you want.
I just know where the Big Dipper is.
I'll just be me. How about that?
Yeah.
Did you say you know where the Big Dipper is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get this going.
It's up there. It's up there.
We gotta go.
All right. Let's see what you guys think are the pairs. So are you guys in agreement first off?
Yeah.
We are indeed.
That's a great question. What a great first question.
Couple of Geminis.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
No,
this actually is just sowing marital strife.
No. It's part of our divorce. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Inadvertent marital strife. All right. So you guys are in agreement. I see Aaron's pairings.
So my pairings, I just have to come out and say, I secretly drank all these while you guys were all talking about Glass A. And I just initially did an initial pairing.
Just scattershot.
Just what my gut instincts were. I don't think they're right, but I stuck with it because to change them was going to get so confusing. So I do not place these in order.
I feel like part of you is still left, like wherever you passed out.
On the couch in there.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're living on a prayer right now.
There's definitely a piece of her still there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay. I didn't pass out. Josh saved my life.
It's like she came out of her body, but her body is still.
Did you give her a Snickers? What was like the lifeblood?
I drank some root beer. And he left my dinner out for me.
So you guys had beef Wellington. I made if you've ever been to like any of those places that do like the big spuds, like the potatoes with the chicken and all the stuff. I make a dish similar to that sometimes. Wait, you guys are looking like you're confused as to that.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, at first I was like, oh yeah, I know a baked potato.
Okay.
What is a potato, right?
So there's a potato, yeah. So
like
there's
a McAllister's
there's a deli
Deli
here
or...
called McAllister's
Oh
Deli.
yeah, I've been
and
there.
they take like 2 potatoes and they basically cut it and then make it look like one giant potato.
Sure.
And you can get a bunch of different stuff on it. You can get your regular like cheese, bacon, whatever, but they also have like turkey or like they have different names and like fancy potatoes basically.
So the dish I make is it's like baked potatoes, and then on top of that is like a crock pot chicken thighs dish that's like barbecue sauce and root beer and some spices and things like that. And you shred it all up and you put it on top of a mashed up potato and put some barbecue sauce on top of it.
Top it with cheese if you want.
Yeah, it's really good. And it's nice and neutral for tasting purposes. So
you're not doing anything like that for me.
Oh.
Where am I? Like,
it's really easy. Josh can send you the recipe.
Oh my god,
Josh does the cooking in our house because I don't cook.
But we had that, and so she was preparing her potato. She was mashing it up and doing the right meat mixture that she wanted and all that stuff.
When she fell ill.
Yes, when she was struck.
No. I was like, I'm standing up at the counter and I'm like, I think I'm gonna pass out right now. And he's like, go sit down. I was like, okay. Yeah. So I like sat down on the couch and I was just like this on the couch, just with my eyes closed.
Wake me when we're on.
Yeah.
Not uncommon.
But he like, helped. I finished my potato and then I tried to eat it and I just couldn't eat it.
I was like, drink some root beer. I think a little food and
I just don't think I've eaten enough today on accident. It wasn't on purpose.
And we don't typically drink root beer, but because of the dish, you only need a little bit of root beer, and you have all this other root beer left over. So why not drink?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, so that's the long version.
Now I want some root beer.
What just happened?
Yeah. I like a good root beer note in a rye with
root beer.
I don't think that's root beer.
That might be root beer. All right, so that pour is not that you just held up is the X pour, right?
Yep.
It's not X gonna give it to you. This is if you, I mean, there are 3 right answers here. There are 3 right pairs. So I figure if you get 2 of the 3 right, you're doing pretty good. And if you get 2 of the 3 wrong, then you're doing pretty bad. So
66%, giving me so much stress in school.
So you have, I know when my daughter has tests and it's like a 5-question test, I'm like, that teacher needs to put more questions on that test. This is way too much. There's no margin for error here.
Yeah. Way too much writing on each question.
But, the only pressure here is if you don't get it right and you consent to trying the punishment pour, then you're welcome to try the punishment pour.
Is that what this is? This is the punishment pour. I missed that. I missed the statement.
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
You're welcome to try it if you get 2 out of 3 correct as well, but
they probably already had it.
Like poison.
It's not
all right.
bad.
What do we do? Who do we tell?
Right. Tell me what your pairings are. So let's start with the first pairing. Let's start with sample A. What do you think is sample A's partner?
F.
A and F.
Okay.
What do you think about that? You don't have that.
I don't have it. Let's just go with what they say.
All right.
Because I'm not good at these games. Like, I don't like to play them because I'm not good at them. Okay. And I don't like to play games I can't be good at.
What do you think sample B's partner is?
D. As in dog. Diggity dog.
Or B and D.
Big diggity dog.
All right.
Yeah, I guess, or Dustin.
Which would mean you think C and E are partners.
That was the one I think we were like the most clear about, C and E.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it took us a little extra time to try to figure out A, B, D, and F. But
I'm so scared.
Yeah, now I feel like a teacher is like, grading me right now.
That is very interesting. So you thought C and E were the clearest couple.
That seemed the clearest couple.
And then the other ones were a little bit of a mixture that you had to figure out. And as you guys spent time with them and went through them, do you still feel like B is your favorite?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for me, yes. Yeah. B remains.
It gets harder for me the more I taste them all. Repeatedly.
I agree.
And
I start to have analysis paralysis.
Did you have a least favorite or any pours that you didn't particularly care for? Just out of curiosity.
I think A was a little bit for me the hardest to drink. It was a little like after I went through and had the others and then came back and tried A, it was like pretty astringent. Like like sucked all the moisture out of my mouth. But I got a similar vibe on F. Dustin's apparently trying them all again, so we could be here forever.
Well, while we do that, I will speak to this. Richie says, Josh, do you and Aaron like spaghetti? I make a mean sauce. Jason C, help me. We do love spaghetti. I have a fantastic bolognese sauce. Richie, I would love to trade recipes with you. I have a spaghetti bolognese sauce that is, we had within walking distance of our home that we purchased in 2020, we could walk to a 30+ year Italian-owned restaurant in a strip mall. And then Mapco bought the corner within 2 months of us moving in, and everything went out of business.
Sad times.
And I got dedicated to making the best spaghetti bolognese
like
recipe.
To try to find
could.
a recipe that tasted like that, because we had it the night we moved in. Everything was in boxes. We had no food in the house, and so we walked to that Italian restaurant. And had like our dinner.
Awesome spaghetti
the first
bolognese.
night we moved in this house, and it was so good.
And so that's a near and dear recipe. So let's trade recipe. I will happily share it with the class. I will happily share that.
It's delicious. It's one of my favorites.
Richie, email us, stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com. And Michael says, donation made, screenshot sent. Can't wait for June. Thank you so much, man. And then Michael also says, ditto. Awesome. Dude, looking forward to having you guys be a part. All right. Again, I just want to reiterate, by the way, the warm-up pour. Do you guys feel like the warm-up pour was a good warm-up for this flight, or how did I do on the warm-up pour?
I really liked the warm-up pour a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I think that one honestly hit my palate the most in line with what I enjoy.
Yes, maybe? I was about to say if there was one negative about it, is that I think I liked it better than any of the other ones. So if you're asking truly what was our favorite, it was probably the warm-up pour.
Interesting.
I may have liked it better.
Dustin, do you concur?
Can you refresh?
I did like the warm-up pour, but I still I just tasted through them again. B is still my
B's hitting for you.
Number one.
All right. My number one. What is this? Love is Blind.
Yes. We used to love watching that, and it
got real soap opera-y, so we stopped watching the last few seasons.
I had never seen it until they did Minnesota, because I was like, okay, well, I gotta watch. There's gonna be a bunch of awkward Minnesotans on a reality show.
Enough.
Yeah.
It was as I thought it would be. Yeah. Entertaining as heck, though. We had a lot of fun watching it. There was some good times.
I was the same way with The Bachelor. I never watched The Bachelor until they did one in Nashville. And there was a guy that I matched with on Tinder that was on that show, so I watched it.
Before we were together.
Before we were together, obviously.
Okay.
So I watched it.
Aiden, by the way, we got you. Thank you so much, man. And by the way,
my thing with
go ahead. No, you go.
I was just gonna say my thing with while we were watching that show, and with any sort of dating reality shows, anytime Kaylin would bring up something that was happening between the couples, it's just sort of, I would always just be like, yeah, they're on a TV show. There's a guy with a camera,
Oh man.
Oh no, we lost them.
Oh, they're frozen. Come back.
Yo.
Come back from the frozen tundra.
The great thaw needs to happen now.
I know, right? The great thaw. Good callback.
Thanks.
Oh, you don't have water.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm gonna hydrate.
I will refill. I've been hydrating. I'm almost out.
See, this is what happens. Dustin starts talking about the reality show conspiracy theory industrial complex, and they come and shut us down.
It's Blake Lively. Blake Lively shut us down.
Yeah, it's all Blake Lively's fault. If there's one thing I've learned in recent years, it's that it's all Blake Lively's fault.
Oh no!
Recent months, not years.
Oh, we can't get into this.
I don't know anything about it, so I know way more about Love is Blind.
YouTube keeps showing me videos about the Blake Lively saga. That is what it is. So I know more about it than I want to.
All right. Maybe we'll talk about that after the fact.
No, it's fine. We're done.
We'll do a Patreon Blake Lively.
We can talk about it, Aaron.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Let's go ahead and get into this reveal. Let's not delay any further. Again, as the ticker says, you do want this flight, because I think there are a pour or two in here that people are going to really want to try. And it does include the warm-up pour, which again, Kaylin's favorite. Definitely a personal favorite of mine. Not my favorite in this flight, I don't think, but it would be in the top 3 for sure. Is the Old Forester 117 High Angel Share Batch 1 from 2021, distillery exclusive. I love this. I need many more bottles of this.
I can't believe you shared this with us, considering how small that bottle is. Thank you.
I know.
So good. Old Forester is like one of my go-to favorite distillery. Like I just love that flavor profile in general. So like,
yeah, that bottle gets a lot of table time in this house.
All right, so I'm going to bring C and E in here, and we said C was the cough syrup, or no, C was the Tylenol chewables.
I don't remember.
Grape Tylenol chewables.
And then E was just a better version of C, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like a fruity grape medicine note.
Wow, Chris, thank you so much, man. Got you in there. You had me at 117. All right, so I can confirm that C and E were a couple.
Ooh.
Pew, pew, pew.
Now,
Refresh that, please.
What's interesting to me is that if you taste C and then you taste E, these are 28 proof points apart.
Oh, dang. I didn't pick up a big proof difference on, like, initially.
I did not either. I did definitely.
Wow, that's crazy. E's hotter.
No, C's
true?
hotter.
Gee, I would not have guessed that. Obviously, I just thought. Wow, that's crazy.
So what is it?
All right, so C was George T. Stagg 2023.
Whoa!
135 proof.
Oh my gosh.
That's sample C. Sample E is 2019 George T. Stagg. 116.9 proof.
Wow.
So
the proof difference is insane because
you guys found the Stags.
Found the Stags.
Wow.
That was the one you guys were sure about too. So good job.
And I will say,
really
amongst this
together.
flight, those are the most different of what we tasted.
The most different out of all of them, you're saying?
They're the most different from the other pours.
From the group.
Sure.
I thought these might be the pair that you got right. The other ones kind of tie in with the warm-up pour a little bit, and I was kind of throwing some curveballs at you guys. So we'll see how you did here in a second. But yeah, so you like 2019 George T. Stagg a little bit more than 2024 or 2023, sorry.
And that one's really easy to find, right? If I wanted to get a bottle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Just go out to your local store and ask them. Just say, hey, you guys got some of that George T. Stagg?
And see what they say.
You guys have any of that 2019?
Yeah, George T. Stagg.
Laying around.
All right, so we got the warm-up pour, the High Angel Share. We got this pair. Now, this is make or break. If you guys get this right, you're locked in.
You don't have to.
And if you get it wrong, it's all downhill. We're
drinking the X.
Let's go with sample. Let's just start at the start. Let's start with sample A. And you said that sample A's partner was sample F.
Yeah, then F my life.
And I can tell. Did you like sample A or sample F better?
I think F. Well, F got weird for me over time. I was whispering to him while you guys were doing your the live auction that it to me F over time the nose started to smell like first like maple bacon and then like a BLT sandwich, like a full meal.
I like it.
Never tasted that way. It still tasted like a bookstore, like a dusty bookstore.
Okay.
But I liked that it kept the nose kept changing.
Matt coming in for 2 entries. Great content, guys and gals.
And Paula, I got you too.
We got Paula in there as well. Thank you, Paula. All right, let me refresh here. So, all right, so sample F is Checks notes.
Oh,
correct. This is 2024 Jack Daniel's Coy Hill.
Oh,
127.7 proof.
Wow.
hot diggity dog.
That's F.
That is F.
Man, I like that one.
Is that the BLT?
Yep. It's
Yeah, the BLT.
But to me, it's like just chocolate banana dessert.
You nailed the notes right off the bat, Dustin. I was trying to play it cool, but I was like, that's definitely the 2024 Coy Hill.
It's not BLT notes. I don't understand.
You know what, Caitlin? I can see it. Like bacon and tomato specifically.
Yeah.
And
I started out with just bacon, and then it just slowly melded into a full sandwich.
That.
I could just be hungry. Everyone knows.
No, a BLT.
I get hungry.
Zach Anderson in for 3. We got you, man. Thank you so much. Oh man, we got to hang out with Zach here recently. It was so great.
And his cheers. Lovely wife.
Yes, definitely.
Don't forget Tavy.
Definitely the better half. Says, cheers, guys. Enjoying seeing my 2 favorite channels at the same time. Love it. What would you do with $1 million? All right.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Sample F.
I do a lot, actually.
You said sample A was sample F's partner.
Mm-hmm.
And what you were drinking in sample A was...
You guys are so good!
A Hazmat 2021 Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. It's 140.2 proof. And it just so happened through the randomizer to be the first thing we drank after the warm-up pour.
Dude, that right off the bat was like, holy. I mean, I remember.
Did say hot. That was my first word.
But the mouthfeel was just like fire and just sucked all the moisture out.
Yeah. Those old Hazmat Coy Hills.
I need to move these because I can't type.
Yeah. Those old Hazmat Coy Hills definitely kind of have that crazy drying effect, but they're just absolute monsters of flavor. But they're very... That's why I asked the question, because I thought off the bat that's what that was. That's why I ask you guys, like, how much do you weigh balance and nuance versus just a sledgehammer, something that's unapologetically what it is. And that certainly is exactly what the hazardous material Coy Hills are. So
yeah.
They're very fun bottles to try when you know what you're drinking. They're wild to try when you're blind.
Honestly, I tried A after you said what it was, and I liked it a whole lot better than when I didn't know what it was. Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
Those 4 bottles that are sitting right there are like 4 bottles that I would have never thought I'd even get to try, like, let alone blind. Like, that's funny.
Well, we still have B coming up, which is you guys' favorite. Well, other than the Heinz.
I can't wait to see
for Caitlin.
I hope it's a budget bottle. B budget.
B for budget.
Yeah, it's just that simple.
That math checks out, right? All right. So Eric, we got you in. Craig, we got you in. Justin, you got Justin too.
Justin,
yeah. Got you guys in. Yeah, you guys can all win. We're gonna send out samples, samples. This will probably be the end of my Coy Hill bottle.
It's funny that
this is probably the last time I will taste this hazardous materials Coy Hill. The rest of it's gonna go to one of you guys. Whoever wins this.
Then I better save my bottle. Which one is that?
Sample A.
Oh, okay.
All right. So the next pair up, B and D. Obviously, you guys were correct on these, which means you were correct across the board. You're good to go. You guys made it out alive. Congratulations.
Wow, I could cry.
I mean, I'm still going to taste this.
We had trash pallets on the Baker's show.
Killing it here. See, we like to set you guys up for success. And
yeah, I was gonna say you did maybe throw us a softball with the premise of the game.
Well, wait till you see the next couple pours, and you're gonna see that there was a very huge pitfall that you guys avoided. So we've got Buffalo Trace, we've got Brown-Forman Jack Daniels. The next pair up are also Brown-Forman bottles, which sample D, the oatmeal pour, was 2024 Old Forester 1924. So we got to hide our faces. There we go.
That was D.
That was D.
Yep.
100 proof. Yeah, the oatmeal note, I love that note. To me, I got more fruitiness than you guys did, but I didn't want to throw that out there too much to lest I lead you on towards anything.
What's the proof on that? That's the one that I feel like
100.
tasted. Okay, I was like, man, that tastes drastically
lower
than anything else on here.
Yeah. The next lowest thing was the 116.
The fact that 50 was our lower.
Oh yeah.
Do what?
The fact that 50% was our lowest.
Yeah. Yeah. 50% was the lowest in here. Just take it over. All right. So sample B, which was you guys' favorite, probably my favorite as well. Michael S says samples galore. That's a hell of a lineup. Yeah. Again, we'll talk about it a little bit here, but anybody can win this. We'll run it after, kind of at the end of the stream here. So sample B, you guys' favorite. My favorite.
I'd say it's my favorite, and not including the warm-up pour.
Okay. But the warm-up pour is your and Kaylin's favorite.
I think so. I just liked the way it tasted.
I think that's fair. I will say I almost didn't include this. I almost put the warm-up pour as the partner to sample B. But the reason I didn't was because technically they're not from the same distillery.
What does that mean?
Or they're not the same mash bill, I should say. They're from Brown-Forman, but it's not the same mash bill. What you were drinking in sample B was 16-year-old 2024 King of Kentucky.
Wow. I was wondering if that was going to make an appearance in this flight.
This is 127 proof, 16 years old.
So that's the same mash bill as the Old Forester 1924?
Same mash bill.
Man, that's good.
And this is bottle 67 of 97. Barrel number 51, Warehouse J, Rick 6. And it is 63.55 proof, 127.1.
I mean, that thing's freaking delicious.
So not a budget bottle, or like
not D for budget.
Well,
no.
It depends on what budget means to you.
Blowing your budget. Double B.
Everything's available and budgets vary. So everything's available for the right price.
There's a budget for everything.
Spoiler alert, that's not our budget.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen some of you guys' videos. I think.
But that's because somebody over here has the company card.
We could stop building our house.
We're gonna have to get that thing switched.
You guys remember me telling you why I include a warm-up pour now to set the standard? It's because of the bourbon engineer starting.
He warmed up a flight with King of Kentucky.
Yeah.
He warmed up like 100 proof flight with King of Kentucky.
Amazing.
So that's why Josh always sends a warm-up pour.
Again, we're gonna hang out and talk for a little bit here on screen. There's a couple things we didn't get to because of technical difficulties that we still need to discuss. But if you want to win samples of this flight, 1 ounce samples. So whoever wins this, we'll cut off at 9:55 Central Time, so that's in 4 minutes. Yeah. So get it in if you want samples of this flight. Dustin and Kaylin could tell you better than anybody if they think it's worth checking out or not. I mean, there's some potential. I said there were 1 or 2 bottles in here that I think people might want to try. If you guys tell me if that's accurate or not.
I feel like probably at least 1.
1 or 2.
I mean, yeah.
I think if asked, would we want to try all of these bottles? The answer would be yes.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, it's probably no surprise that most of these, but literally there's not one on there that I had tried before tonight.
I love it. I thought that might be the case, and I really wanted to. So when
Josh has been secretly cataloging everything you've tried.
Well, I guess that's a little bit.
That is how organized.
I would not put it past him.
You tried. I did see that you tried a George C. Stagg, but not either of these releases.
Yes, that I was going to say it's a little bit of a lie because there's a small bar around here that happened to have.
They always randomly. It's one bottle. They have one bottle that doesn't belong.
And I think it was $24 for like 2 ounce pour.
Yeah,
heavy-handed
pour.
Yeah, and I was just we went back like weeks later even, and it was still there. And I was just like, fill it up again. Let's go. Why not?
Yeah, we might not. We told my parents, I'm like, we might not want to move out of here.
That price for that bottle, I'd be wearing it out.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, but
You got like 3 bars in a 1 square mile radius that are throwing meat raffles every other day, and then you got George G. Stagg just sitting on the shelf. It's a different life.
Richie, we have super chats turned off. It's the link in the video description at the very top. So it goes to Streamlabs and their whole thing. So yeah, that way 52% does not go to YouTube and Apple or Android marketplace.
Yeah.
Not that we don't like supporting those guys, but yeah, we actually had people get on our case. Like Michael, specifically Michael S. He was like, "Hey, you guys, the money that we're super chatting you, it's all going to Apple." And
then Josh did some research and he was like, "Oh yeah."
And I was like, "Wow, 52%."
Like half of it is.
It's not even about the money. It's just that like they don't need it.
They already get their cut.
Yeah.
Dave L, we got you in for 2. Thanks, man.
I got you, Dave.
Yeah, so we'll leave that open for a few more minutes.
1 more minute to be exact.
The George C. Staggs, I thought these would be the easiest to pick out.
Richie said on PayPal.
Oh, gotcha.
We got to turn that off.
Turn what off?
I mean, and if people want to tell me they do that, that's fine.
Pay through PayPal.
No, I know, but I want to make sure Richie. Does it show up? It won't show up here though.
No, it will. It will. But these, so Old Forester 1924, King of Kentucky, and the 2 Coy Hills, these are all Brown-Forman products. And I did not taste this flight beforehand, but I thought the Brown-Forman quartet might trip you guys up. But there was something very distinct in those Coy Hill barrels that made them kind of stick out from these 2, to me, to my palate. Which is when I was tasting through them, I was like, oh yeah, I know what all these glasses are. Actually, the only thing I messed up was I actually had the 2 Stags swapped, which I can't believe because they were 28 proof point difference. But I thought sample E was the 135 proofer, and that was the 116.9 proof.
They do not.
Wow.
They don't taste a ton different. And if I had hedged, I would have said E was hotter than C. And that's wrong. So that's crazy. I will say, like, we really did. I really did struggle with A, B, D, and E for a while, especially on the nose, because I started trying to just assess at the nose level. Because I'm like, can I start retasting these again? I'm going to get all discombobulated. And you're the one who Dustin pointed us in the right direction. I'll give you that.
Oh, thank you.
You can have that one.
That's what I'm here for, just to point you in the right. You have to do the rest. I'll just show you where to.
That's fine.
Where to go.
Teamwork makes the dream work. So real quick,
is there any in those Coy Hills? Is there any rye in those? Is that like a blend of things? I don't know anything about the Coy Hills.
No, it's just a standard Jack Daniel's mash bill, which if I'm remembering correctly, is 78 corn, 12% malted barley, and 10% rye. So pretty high corn, but they're aged in the Coy Hill Rickhouse, and especially the hazmat version, the 140 plus proofers. Those that came out in 2021 for the special release, those were aged in the Buzzard's Roost, so they just had massive evaporation, and the barrels did not yield very many bottles. And they're a different plane of whiskey, for better, for worse, or just for different. They are a very unique situation. Oh, Aiden is saying, so my percentages were slightly off. 80% corn, 12% malted barley, 8% rye. So yeah, had my percentages slightly off. So yeah, 80 corn.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You can't your brain catalog.
It's just the heat. It's just, you're just getting that heat. So it was a fun flight. When we did I meant to say this earlier, but when we had you guys on in October, I took you on a little bit of a roller coaster. Like you had.
I remember. I do recall that.
Yeah. Like you had the Penderyn, the Welsh single malt. And
I remember that.
And then we went to something else that was another, like maybe Scotch or something. And then we transitioned into like
we had that
Bardstown Discovery 12, Russell's 15. And then we went into rum, and then over to I had Bizarrebecue from Ardbeg.
Yeah, Bizarrebecue. Yeah, you got us good.
I remember that.
So that one was a roller coaster that was all over the place. I just wanted to hit you guys with a fastball over home plate bourbon and see what you thought. So
I really liked it. Yeah, this was so fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. And speaking of rum as a side note, because of that stream and because of that Foursquare that we had, I did order I ordered it through like the Total Wine concierge thing. So I ordered it like last year, like in November or December or something, but it hasn't come yet. But I ordered a Foursquare, like, I don't know if it's a single barrel or not. I don't know. I'll let you know. But because of that, I got very excited about now some Foursquare single barrel rums. Man, that was so good.
I'm all about it, man. We did our National Barrel Company pick this last Monday, and then that night we had a big bottle share of everybody that was on the pick, and we had a bunch of bottles on the table, including like King of Kentucky was a bottle that was out for everybody. We all tasted that together. We had a really great time. One of the things there was a single barrel of rum, and it was one of my absolute favorite pours of the night. It's just so different.
That's so crazy. Yeah. I like that. I just remember being like that reminded me of the Swiss whiskey that Kaylin loves, that we have. That's like some beer finished peated something.
The dry Baltic.
It like doesn't taste like it's something completely different, but it's so good. And that I remember having that rum, and that was just like this smoky, oh God, what are we doing here? Are we trying this?
I think we have to.
Well, yeah.
I know we got it right, but do I want to pour all of this?
How much should we be pouring?
I mean, pour as much as you'd like to pour. I can include a sample of this for the winner as well, if they would like. I will. Yeah. You know what? I will include a sample of this for the winner as well. I don't have much of the bottle left, but it feels right that somebody should be able to try this.
Yes.
X gonna give it to you. What's it called?
So, Richie, right. If you donated under your name, I don't see it.
We get a 10. All right. Let's. We do need to get a number.
Can you refresh that, please? So the giveaway is officially closed.
Refresh. While Dustin and Kaylin get into this, what do you think about the nose on this pour?
Is dill all day.
Dill all day.
I think this is dill all day.
It's definitely like herbal, flowery.
But dill all day.
As the person in this household that handles all of the spices for cooking.
No, I tear off some cilantro from time to time.
Okay, well, this doesn't have cilantro on the nose, so I think you're out.
On that pour, I get grapefruit a lot.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to smell it, which means I would have to reveal the bottle.
I get grapefruit on the palate. I don't remember what I get on the smell.
So this is different. This is shifting gears. This is. Do you like the nose? Do you hate the nose? So
I really like dill. I can't say for certain how much I like it on whiskey because I think I've only had a couple that were super dilly. Like the Beyonce whiskey was super dilly. Yeah, there's been a couple where it's been subtle in there, but nothing
I'm like a little more on the track with Aaron on like, I don't know that it's necessarily grapefruit, but it's like, to me, it's like I just opened up a fruit, like one of those fruits at the grocery store that I have never seen before or know what it is. And then I don't know even how to open it up. And then I like just cut it in half and it would smell like this, something just fruity and weird. Okay. There's like a weird funk herbalness to it.
God, it smells like dill. We've been making lately this like breakfast. Okay, there's got to be some Costco people in the chat. I did see somebody came straight from Costco, so for sure.
Just coming in hot to the live stream from Costco.
Dustin, grab those. Grab them right now. Oh my God. We have a visual aid.
Save my spot, Dustin.
Yes. Y'all keep your comments in the chat to yourself right now until they.
Yeah, don't tell us what it is.
Don't look at the chat.
Okay, I won't look at the chat. Hey. So I've been getting these at Costco. These are like a savory pastry, like pinwheel thing that has like cheese and onion and stuff in it. It's so good.
Sponsored.
But we like cut them in half and air fry them so that they get like nice, crispy, crunchy, and then put like scrambled eggs on them. And then I just put like a ton of dill on that. Ooh. And that's what we've been eating for breakfast. Well, that's how I eat it. He probably just pours a bunch of hot sauce on it.
That sounds like
so I get dill.
I'm a hot sauce guy.
I love dill. Right. Okay, Richie, hold on.
We got you in, Richie.
Richie, I got you.
Don't look at the chat.
So let's go ahead and get it on the palate and tell me what you guys think about that. And Aaron's going to tell me the number that we have.
Well, hold on.
For
I'm
randomization.
going to randomize all the names. Give me one
Okay,
moment.
the palette is grapefruit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something else too, but for sure grapefruit. I do think there is some dill.
It's just the most bitter
So bitter.
thing.
So bitter.
It's such a weird kind. This is such a specific type of bitterness, though. Like it is the grapefruit bitterness. That is different from like this one, right? Like something that's super bitter and bourbon. Oh God.
I don't know if I'll ever taste something else again.
I feel like it's going further back. I didn't know my tongue was that long with bitter. It's like,
what did you do to us?
Let's reiterate. You guys did get everything right, and you did not have to
We
do
did it
this.
anyway. Oh well, but I mean, we're not gonna do it.
No.
You sent us something.
Should we do a solidarity drink with them?
I feel like we should.
I think we should. When
We gotta
pull it out.
clear a Glen
Pull out
out.
the bottle.
Oh, somebody said it's definitely Malort.
it doesn't go away.
Grab some pretzels and chips. Give me that pastry.
Is this what it is? Is this Malort? I've never
It's
had
Malort.
Malort before.
It's Malort.
Oh wow.
Wow. Okay. So I mean, I've known of
Okay.
Malort just from other people.
That's-
I've never had it.
Chris Prokopiak and I have had a very deep discussion, and by deep I mean like two seconds long because we both agree. This is basically just grapefruit, like in alcohol form.
It's
Yeah.
incredibly bitter.
It's just
Yeah.
grapefruit. Like that I grew up eating grapefruit.
Or
for
grapefruit
breakfast.
skin, like the skin of the grapefruit.
Well,
I mean, I
it's
do
like
really
the-
like grapefruit.
It's like grapefruit if you don't put the sugar on top. It's like you just
Yeah.
straight up
And
eat a
And
grapefruit.
if you ate you're right though. If you ate like the skin of
The
something
pith
or like
of
the
it, yeah.
the
They call it
rind
the pith, don't
Here.
they?
of like an orange or something.
I don't have
Oh.
any
Oh,
of
that's
that.
sickening.
We're
cheers.
just going at Cheers.
Cheers.
I gotta
Okay.
say though, it's a little more palatable than I thought.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to try it again.
It's like grapefruit and black pepper. That's what I
I
get.
still get a lot of dill on the nose, but the
Oh,
palate was
I
all
I mean, it is
grapefruit, just
it
like
is
you said.
bad, but it's not like
Stop.
So this to me, I haven't
fair.
in a while. I haven't in a while had like just straight like Campari or Amaro or any of those like digestive aperitif style. Like I haven't tasted like solo any of those, but this falls I feel like in one of those
I can see,
categories. It's
yeah,
just like
Campari.
a good accompaniment maybe to a spirit to like herbalize it,
I
but
feel like I need
like
to brush
not
my teeth now.
not something to be
God.
drank
Yeah.
separately.
Yeah.
Use some mouthwash.
Yeah, I get the bug spray note, definitely.
Is
That's
it
what I'm
against
getting
the
the
law
most.
to have some stag right after drinking before?
Oh, bug spray is a good call out.
I'm trying
That
to
is a good
to
call.
chase Malort with Coy Hill, and the
Oh.
Coy Hill still tastes pretty good.
I feel like that emoji that's literally like
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
it bad. But I'm
Okay.
glad I've tried it now. Now I can
Yeah.
say I've had it.
Now you can say you've tried it.
Yeah.
You've lived through it. It's
Mhm.
not the worst thing ever. Like you'll be okay.
And Aiden just said,
Allegedly.
Malort is honestly far
Jeff
from
at
the
me
worst.
tomorrow.
It does have an incredibly long finish that I feel like a lot of whiskeys should be envious of. It-
Mhm.
Honestly,
it
yeah.
does-
If I hadn't just had another sip of whiskey, that would have stuck with me until like tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah.
It lives here now. It lives here now.
All right, let's
Okay.
run
So
this
I got
giveaway, and
everybody
then,
in.
I want to hear the latest OTBT. So we'll
Okay.
talk about this. But
Okay.
what's our number?
116.
All right, 116.
And I got John Doe and Richie Z. I've got you both in.
All right, so we've got 1 to 116. Aaron has randomized everybody, so it doesn't matter if you're first or last, unless you're Ricky Bobby. And on our list, though, it doesn't matter. I'm going to run the randomizer, number 75, and she's going to see who that is.
Jason
Jason Zell. All right, Jason Zell donated huge. So, Jason, thank you so much. Thank everybody so much.
Thank you all. Yeah.
For being a part of this. This is so fun. So, guys, I mean, 5 months ago we caught up. What's been going on the channel front? I mean, you guys have been growing. You guys are up to 6 or 7,000 million subscribers now.
Million. Yeah, if you ask Dustin,
$1
it's
million.
Yeah. Yep. That's-
1,000
we're
million.
so close to our goal that no.
Yeah, you set that goal blindly.
No, it's been honestly just nuts. I just a few videos ago I realized that we like as I was editing and I was doing my file names, because I just number them all, and I was like, oh, this is 107. It's like apparently we made 100 episodes.
I mean, you guys have to know that life of like we do.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone knows we have a day job, and there's some days that it just takes the normal work day, and that's that. And then some days where like we're still doing it into the evening, or waking up early and getting it done, like whatever. And so I would say there's like ebbs and flows where we feel like we're like zoned in on being able to like keeping up with communications and like filming early and often and editing on time and like all these things, and then there's the complete opposite. There's almost no like in between. It's like we're either like on it,
or there's either like one video a week, or there's 3 or 4, and then it's like the floodgates open because we had time to do stuff, like,
now I will say, like, and maybe you guys agree, like, as much as there are times where I'm like, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to film tonight, like I don't know if I could drink 4 glasses.
Oh, bummer.
We obviously film in batches. I don't know if I could drink that much whiskey tonight. and yet at the same time I'm like, oh, I know I'm gonna feel better if we get this done, and then we have like ample. Oh god, I spilled Malort.
Oh no, it's gonna.
At least it wasn't the other ones.
The whiskey gods are punishing me. Anyway, Dustin's gonna clean that up. Dustin's gonna clean that up. No, I would just say in general, like obviously like this like move and stuff like that has been a bit of a wrench in like the normal daily life, and we're excited to sort of settle down into some form of a temporary normal.
Yeah.
This table has already consumed the Malort. It's in the table.
Yeah.
There forever.
It is a part of it now.
Yeah.
No,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say on the front of like the support has been nuts. Like I also was just looking at when we actually started making videos. Like technically, I think the date on our channel is way earlier because I created the channel like years before I even started making stuff. Oh, our dog's whining.
Sorry.
And but like I looked at the first video to now, and it just is like, it's just insane. I very often, well, both of us very often have like imposter syndrome, and a little bit feel like as welcoming as the whole community has been, we just feel like, oh my god, dude, we're just I don't know, being weird and drinking whiskey, and I hope people like it. And yeah, I don't know, but
not everybody likes it, but
well,
we appreciate the people
everyone
that
thinks
do.
Kaylin's high all the time, which I think is hilarious.
That is really funny. I mean,
self.
They truly do. They think, well, lately they've been calling out both of us.
Sure.
But what's funny about this is like in high school, like I didn't drink a drop of alcohol, not a drop. That was just not the name of my game. I was not about that life, and no drugs either. And then like into like college and stuff like that, obviously I went to University of Madison, which was like at the time like the #2 party school. I don't know if it still is. So I figured out what alcohol was, but it's like still like definitely no drugs, no weed, nothing like that. And then I lived in New York City for like 6 months after grad school, and I like tried it, but that was it. Like I've just never been that way. We're just genuinely happy people, but people think we're high all the time.
Yeah,
so
just because you're happy.
High on life, maybe.
I think that says more about them than you.
Maybe, and I think like you grow like a little bit of a thicker skin for sure as you open yourself up to the internet, but.
Yeah.
All of that aside, like there's like one mean comment to the like hundreds of other million. Like it's not 7 million. Your numbers are off, buddy. But like
looking at the wrong graphs.
Yeah. Anyways,
your engagement is through the roof. Yikes.
Everybody's so dang sweet, and that's all I have to say about that. It's just for the most part, everybody's just so dang sweet, and we just appreciate everyone and appreciate like the YouTube channel friends that we've grown with too, like you guys, and Whiskey Wisdom, and we were on Baker Drinks recently, and that was so fun, and yeah, just a good time.
Yeah,
I would echo all that. It's every once in a while you do get a sideways comment. We've had people come at us, and maybe it's the same guy, maybe it's just a guy that he said he called us, he said that we were high or stoners or something, and I'm like, that's
no,
not...
I think mine was a gal, and she said that she was concerned for I needed help. Like, she was concerned about me, and I'm like, oh my God. Like I've raised the level of concern.
Wow. You're throwing out red flags.
Yeah, I'm throwing red flags. We're okay.
You get those every once in a while, like when you go in the background and you have to go, you look at the comments, and then there's like the hidden comments that you have to click to see.
You have to like approve or something.
And then there's the other tab that's like, these may be offensive. And you
and
it's always...
This is like a little inside baseball for people who don't know, like the backstage of YouTube.
It's always something funny and something crazy that somebody thinks, but at the end of the day, there's so many good people in the community, and you know, looking back on it, I had no clue that the community would be as cool as it would be for us. So I feel you.
I had no
when
idea.
You're mentioning the imposter syndrome type of thing. It's like, why would anybody watch? You know, and like with you guys, I know why people watch, because that's why I watch. But I still think of our content like, why would anybody watch our content? It doesn't make any sense. And
well, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Why would anyone listen to me?
Right.
Like, that's the thing. I'm like,
we've gotten that exact comment before.
Oh yeah. She has no clue what she's talking about.
Oh yeah, there's a whole
Maybe that's why.
Reddit thread about me not knowing what BTAC meant. Like earlier on in our channel, I didn't know what BTAC meant because, hey, guess what? I'm not into whiskey. I just drink it. I don't like nerd out about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I know this now.
Doesn't know
Buffalo Trace Antique Collection.
Oh,
I also didn't know what it meant.
I think my Reddit thread just opened up.
There's like a whole subreddit about it. I'm like, y'all, let's be a little more like stuffy about it. Like, let's be welcoming. Like, that's not our community. Like, our community, this YouTube community is welcoming. The Reddit community, on the other hand, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I definitely hope that I don't put off the vibe. that like I know more than you, like the the Rick Offerman, Ron Swanson in the hardware store.
Yeah,
I know nothing.
I know more than
that.
Yeah,
but maybe like what I hope I bring to it, if anything, is the vibe of just like, I'm willing to sit next to you and try whatever you're gonna put in front of me.
Yeah,
Malort.
That's honestly been one of the things, and I don't know if you guys have experienced the same, but one of the things that I've loved is especially the comments from people who have said like, "Oh, my wife and I now have started like drinking whiskey together," or like,
that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like it's something that they otherwise would have never done or shared or
or even the ones that are like, my wife doesn't even drink whiskey, but she watches your channel. Like that, to me, I'm like, I got you, girl. I'm a wino.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's a fun time. Like,
we're really opening the kimono here, but one of the things that I really enjoyed just through all the various hobbies that I've had over the years and still have is I always like the high and low. That's the way I describe it. So I like, for instance, I mean, I know Dustin, you and I have talked about this, but like, we like watches.
Also, I just want you to get a time check. Okay, cool.
I know.
Okay.
And we could do all this backstage.
An hour and 15 minutes past your bedtime.
I think
it's okay. It's okay.
I think it is. It's fun and interesting, I think, for people to see this and hear this. So, but like the high-low, to me, like for instance, with watches, we had friends who had a podcast and there was no video involved whatsoever. It was just audio strictly. This was in that season.
Like a straight up podcast.
Yeah, it was in that season where podcasts were actually just audio only and they did not have a visual element to them.
Yeah.
And they were both very much watch nerds, but they did a really good job of like the high low. So they would get nerdy, but then they would also be really relatable to people who weren't nerds as well. And I think that's, when we started our channel, we kind of thought, okay, we don't really see this represented in this specific way, like the high and low, the whiskey nerd, the person that just kind of wants to sit down and be like, yeah, this just smells like whiskey and it tastes like whiskey. And that's real life. When we hang out with our friends, that's what happens. They're like, yeah, that's good. Or it's not really that good. And that's, we wanted to represent that. And we did it from like a blind tasting standpoint and all that. And we love, like, I think that's why I love you guys' stuff so much, because you guys pull off the high low so well. And then the editing, I don't even think we've talked about the editing. I have to know how long it takes you to put together an entire video, but the comedic, it's like watching The Office or Parks and Rec, but with Whiskey Tube, with a couple doing the high low, and it's you guys are the best. You're the best.
Oh, thank you. No, the editing honestly is probably the reason why we don't get more videos out.
Oh, it's not probably the reason.
If people only knew how, I mean, it's got to be hours per video.
Yeah, it definitely is. And like some of that is like, I'm just like an amateur editor in, like, I use Final Cut Pro, and like I have technically been editing videos, I guess, since, I don't know, probably for the last like 10 or 15 years, just here and there. So like, but ultimately, like, I still kind of don't know what I'm doing with it. And I'm sure I could streamline things within the editing process that would go quicker. But like, I just kind of, I don't know, it's fun it tickles my creative brain to do that. And so I like doing it, but I do wish that I could do it.
We're going to work on something a little bit different. There's going to maybe be a little bit of a shift where I was like, you need to like start letting me in a little bit, like, to the editing space. Like, and all I need to maybe do is cut out some of the ums. Like, I could at least do like some of the stuff to like get it down to like the nuts and bolts of like what he then spends so much time putting the graphics and everything else in. And there's no question, like, there are some people that like, there was somebody very recently, my mom like organizes a wine walk in this community. And the guy that does the wine procurement for them, like the distributor guy, he like just straight up mentioned like he has ADHD and he can't watch our channel. Like, he just can't. It's too much like, like back and forth, too much zooming in and out, too much whatever. And I totally get that. Like, that's not for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's very different in the whiskey space, especially.
Yeah. And that's, I guess, and I've seen comments like that too. And I know that there are people out there who don't.
But
like
then there's
that
enough
style.
people that do. So it's hard because it's like, you're never going to please everyone. And at the end of the day, like, he is his biggest critic. So he can't change.
Well, and at the end of the day, you have to do what's true to you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, like, take constructive criticism, but also weigh it against what you guys want to do, because it is your channel. In my opinion, I think that's weighs a little heavier.
For sure. Yeah. I try to make stuff that I think like, I just like quick cuts and tiny short little jokes and like things that you'd have to like rewind to catch again. And like, so
Michael Davari, I am not high in all of our videos. This is obviously a soft spot for me. We purchased weed gummies in Vegas. Like, what was that? Like 4 years ago, maybe. And they literally went bad. Like, we don't do that. Like, we just don't. I'm not saying I wouldn't be open to trying it sometimes, but I don't need it on this channel. And I know you're probably joking, but anyway. I think that's hilarious. Like, there's this like vibe out there that like Kaylin's high.
Yeah, people have
taking it as a compliment.
Yeah, people have all their preconceived,
they'll have their opinions,
whatever,
and that's okay.
Yeah,
they don't know, and what they don't know, like, it's not their fault that they don't know. They just like to tell you what they think they know. It's okay.
Yeah.
People like to comment on our marriage all the time.
Well, I think
I was told that I looked at Josh with contempt, and I need to watch out for the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So
yeah, you get some.
There's contempt. Apparently, I feel contempt and malice towards him.
No.
So yeah, that's what someone saw in one of our videos. So they know our marriage. Yep.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, all anybody can do, I think. All you can do if you're pursuing it in the right way is to enjoy the community. I when I got involved in it, like, I had a guess that there would be a creator community out there and some networking. Like, you could just kind of see it.
Yeah.
It's like fairly visible from the other side of the equation. Like, if you're just a viewer, you can see, oh, this channel talks to this channel and all that. And truth be told, I wish our schedules were more allowing, because I would love nothing more than just to collaborate nonstop.
With more,
This stuff is the best. So I really enjoyed that. I definitely had no clue the community watching would latch on like they did, and it would become as big as it has. And some of my very best friends in life right now are because we have a whiskey channel, and I know them through them finding our content or whatever. And that's, I always joke because I used to always love to do like a 5-year plan. And 5 years ago, I didn't even have starting a YouTube channel on my bingo card, much less the fact that it would be all that it is, both for us, just from like something we get to do together, something we get to do with and for the community, the money with and for the community that we've raised for charity, all those things, and just how personally fulfilling it's been. And, you know, through that, we get to meet you guys and, you know, all the other channels that are out there. And I wish we could just nonstop hang out with everybody all the time. But you guys are, it again, like the high low is what we shoot for, and you guys do it. And it's in a very different and unique way to you guys specifically, which I wanted to point out Thrasher's comment saying that he loves your editing, Dustin. And it's something that nobody was doing in the space, and you came into the space and you absolutely nailed it. And it just, you guys play so well off of each other, and I knew it right from that very first Evan Williams video. And
I won't forget your comment. That was
I was like, these are my people. These are my people right here. I was like, I gotta get Aaron in here. We gotta talk to them. We gotta hang out with them. It was amazing. So here we are all these months later, and you guys have grown so much. I mean, what is ahead? What's in your 5-year plan? What's in your?
I was just about to say, dude, I don't think I've had a 3-year plan my entire life.
There's no, like, I used to maybe be that person, but I will say, like, you know, in our marriage, like, I don't think we're that. We have like hazy like plans of the future, but like nothing we like marry ourselves to. Like, we bought land like to build this house we're gonna build like on a whim. Like we had talked about it in like, you know, oh, maybe we'll do this, and then one day we were like, let's go out and look at some lots, and it was just
that's dangerous. You can't just look, because before you know it, you bought land.
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, like the fact that we don't have children, and we don't plan to have children, in case anyone was curious, we don't mind sharing that. But like I think that a little bit like lends itself to our lifestyle, which is a little bit more like kind of whichever the wind is blowing us.
Yeah. Which is for sure a luxury too, that, you know,
we don't take for granted.
Yeah. Like that there are a lot of things in our life that, you know, have contributed to our ability to do that, I think. But like
he would like to do this full time, if that's like truly like the high level goal. I don't know if that's a 5-year plan or what, but he would like to do this full time. But I think like
that's my
realistically right now
plan.
Our 5-year plan is to like be able to afford our house payment every month when that comes.
That's a good first step.
Kind of
goal.
An important step. You don't want to be homeless.
Yeah. No, but I would love to, like, this year in terms of channel stuff, like I would love, we picked the worst time to like be growing this much. Not that I don't want to continue, but like, you know, with especially this transition in our life to building a new house and stuff, like it's taking us so much time and so much energy.
It's been a fun challenge though.
It has, but I'm just saying, like, I would love to get like but like I would love to get like barrel picks going and like merch going and like a bunch of stuff that I find fun, and like would like she said, like I would love to one day have that, like have this be the thing, you know, for us, or for me at least.
Like I know people want us to do a live stream, and I'm not saying no. We'll say it's about the lowest thing on my bucket list right now, just because like it's a commitment. I mean, you guys know, like I think it's so fun to do, and I really enjoy like being here, and that we're going to be on Whiskey Wisdom's live stream on Friday. Like I really enjoy like pumping onto the live streams. That's so fun. And I think the idea of organizing one right now sounds like, terrifying. I don't think terrifying is like the only word I can come up with.
You guys are just like that musical artist that guest spots on all the other musical.
Yeah,
artists.
we're the cameo appearance. No, like someday we will do it for sure.
All
I just
features,
think yeah, I think we'll do it for sure. But it's just like one of those things that like life just
you have to do what works for you.
Yeah,
I think finding the balance of things that work for you will make it more of a like the longevity of it will make itself known, because if you try to do everything you're supposed to do, you're gonna burn out. Yeah, that's kind of what I make sure like Josh stays on, because he's like a go. I'm like, let's do it, but like, do we have the bandwidth to do it? And if we do, let's do it. If we don't, we can do it when we do.
And
it's gonna be
when you guys are so organized. Like,
well,
Josh
organized. We are and we aren't.
Yeah,
you know?
I think you both have it, Aaron. Like,
no, I do.
You have, like your own business, right?
I am organized, but not about the whiskey stuff. Specifically, this channel, Josh is the driving organizational force. I am an organized person in my life, but just not in regards to the channel, I guess. I just show up and I drink whiskey, which is fun for me, but which is why I'm still doing it, because I don't have to organize it. I can just have fun.
Yeah. And hats off to you guys for keeping everything going through a move. Like when I'm moving, that's the only thing I have bandwidth for. That's it. There's no, I'm not doing any channel content or whatever. There's no space for anything else.
It feels like a blur. Like I don't remember doing things during that.
All I know is when we closed on that sale, that place, I was just like, oh, it's over now.
Fun fact, we posted, we literally like listed our house, had like 24 showings scheduled within like a 36-hour period, had 4 offers, and it was like offer accepted.
It was like a bidding war?
Yeah, it was.
And also, fun fact, this background behind us right now is our old house and our old, set. And we actually had to take down all of the lighting that was in these shelves.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
because
was considered hazardous.
It was considered hazardous to code, I guess, because it was all plugged in like via an extension cord. And
okay. It wasn't like wired in lighting.
No, we didn't have any outlet in that space.
And so they were like, you either have to pull them out completely or like put in, get them like professionally hardwired in and stuff. And I was just like, the person buying it didn't care, I guess. So I was just like Caitlin, I didn't even go there.
I did it for him. I think it would have hurt his heart too much. I went in there and just ripped them.
Just like,
oh no,
my creation.
Yeah, no, I was like, we're getting this place sold. Let's go. Anyway, so that was a blur of a time. I don't remember it. It happened. Somehow we put out videos.
It was weird.
So here we are.
Well, hats off to you guys for the amazing work that you've done on the channel so far. I cannot wait to see where you guys go. I literally don't miss a video. And there's so many times where it's funny. It's like your voices are playing in our house, and Aaron's like, "Oh, like it's just, it is what it is." So, we love you guys. We appreciate you so much, and we appreciate how much you guys. It's just like it's very obvious that you guys are in this, and you're yourselves, and it's all for the right reasons, and you just love to see it. You love to see it.
It's good to hear it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I hope people continue to like it. If you don't, just comment, Dustin sucks, and then we'll call it a day.
And if you're watching this and you're subscribed to us and you're not subscribed to On the Barrel, subscribe to them. And if you don't, then unsubscribe to us, because that is not acceptable.
No, I don't concur with what Josh said about the second part, but do subscribe to On the Barrel.
Dude, definitely. Yeah.
Everybody likes what they like, and there's no problem with that.
Everyone likes what they like, and not everything is for everyone.
We say it all the time. I love getting those comments that are just like, hey, you should do this and that and this and that and whatever else. And I'm like, look, we're all due respect. This is our channel, and we do it the way that we like to do it. And we're not for everybody. If that's not for you, that's totally okay. There's so many other channels out there. I would encourage you to check those out. Mm-hmm. It's all right that we're not for you.
Yeah.
Move along. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. No skin off my back.
Thank you so much for hosting us.
Sure. Yeah. Happy to.
And for all of this. I am painstakingly pouring these back into the sample bottles so that we can enjoy them fully at another time.
I do admit it. I should probably let you guys know this. I do maybe in 5 more months we'll rendezvous again. I had 3 when I invited you guys on the first time. I was like, there's so much I want to send them. I have 3 different flight themes, and so this is 2 out of 3. So
we have to do at least one more.
We're
We have to do the last one. Yeah. I see you more frequently than my dentist.
Hey, nice.
But yeah, we've got.
That must mean I need to go to the dentist next month, probably.
I'd much rather see you guys more than I see my dentist.
Yeah, Dustin freaking hates the dentist.
I like the dentist. I like clean.
The worst. It is
so clean.
The worst.
So clean.
Is there anybody who's indifferent about the dentist? I think either people are like, "Oh, it's so relaxing." I just like.
I don't think it's relaxing.
I'm not relaxing when I go to the dentist.
I mean,
I just like the feeling of clean teeth.
I feel like every time I'm at the dentist, I'm going to get up from the chair and there's going to be a sweat mark down the whole like middle of the chair.
Stop it. Like, no. Before we close out the show, I have to tell you, we go to this dentist and it's amazing. It's called Serenity Dental. If you live in the Minnesota area.
Serenity by Jan.
It's insane.
Serenity sounds like the name I want in my dentist office.
It is. You show up and they will put lotion on your hand, and then they will put hot hand warmers on your hands.
Kaylin found this place. Of course.
You literally they have like a TV screen that comes up, and they will play like any of a list of a million different new recently came out movies and TV shows. You could watch Friends reruns, whatever you want. It's right there.
It's ridiculous.
And so you're just getting your teeth cleaned, and you're just laughing at Friends the whole time. Like it's not bad at all.
I love that.
It's so
I would
nice.
love hand warmers.
And it's the same insurance covers it the same. If you don't have dental insurance, they also offer a dental package plan. Anyway.
Serenity Dental in was it Woodbury?
It's mostly women, although I did hear recently that they're gonna have a guy that came in because one of them's going on maternity leave anyway. But it's essentially all women.
We gotta get you guys wonderful. We gotta get you guys sponsored. I'm loving what I'm hearing from this place.
I know. I want to go there, and I don't even live there.
We need a Serenity Dental plug.
There's got to be something like that.
Just fly up for every 6.
Well,
I need them to open a franchise down here in
Nashville. I love our
dentist. Let's expand the business.
Our dentist,
let's expand the footprint.
He's so great. He remembered everything I've only been to him twice, and the second time I went, he remembered everything I told him the first time I was there.
They're good note takers.
They must have written everything down because he was asking me about
super genius
everything, and I was like, "How do you remember this? I barely remember this."
He's like, "There was a speck of dirt on your 26."
Well, he was asking me all
the
things that I was talking about my husband. He didn't even know my husband, but I was saying, "Yeah, I love my dentist. He's great."
Yeah,
but I don't get a warm hand treatment.
Our dentist knows our 5-year plan.
He does know our 5-year.
He should. He's probably partly a part of it.
Exactly. All right. Well.
Anyway, that was a segue. Sorry about that.
Hopefully, you guys are part of our 5-year plan, and I mean our collectively, both our here on the channel as well as all the viewers tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very obvious. Everything speaks for itself. So you guys are very much yourselves, and that shows through on your channel. And it's not for everybody, but it's for a lot of people. And it's a wonderful thing that you bring to the space. And just as 2 creators to 2 other creators, we appreciate you guys so very much.
Yeah.
Again, if you're watching this here, tune into On the Barrel, subscribe if you like their stuff. Awesome content, awesome people. And yeah, we look forward. We got to do a barrel pick together, guys. We got to do a barrel pick together.
Yeah.
When you guys do barrel picks, let us be your first.
I don't care if you do one or not. We're gonna do.
Oh no. Okay, we're already gonna make you sad. We are doing a barrel pick.
There we go. Where are we going?
Well, it's out there.
Insider knowledge.
They put it out there.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
We're doing it with the Poor Decisions team.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started, because the moment that we scheduled first tasting with them, Dustin looked at me and he said, "Do you think Josh and Aaron though were going to be our first barrel pick?" And I was like, "I don't know if they thought that or not, but I don't feel like we should say no to this opportunity."
You should not say. You should not say no to the opportunity.
Take the opportunities that come your way.
You should not.
Anyway, but no, we're down at any time. You just let us know. You guys are the barrel pick wizards. So just.
I feel like we need to talk to New Holland again and try to get up that way.
We're in contact with Brian.
It's a quick hop, skip, and a jump over the lake. We can pop over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get on the boat. Let's go.
On the boat?
Yeah, hop on the boat.
Yeah, we could all get on the boat.
Sure, yeah, you betcha.
Oh, yeah.
You could come up and visit your family. Yeah, we'll work it out.
Make it a grand old time. It'll be awesome.
That sounds awesome. Thank you guys so much, and thank you everyone who came and hung out with us.
Yep. Hang around backstage a little bit, guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time. I do want to say, if you've stuck around this long, we got 103 people still. We got a boatload of crazy streams coming up. In April, we have our 4-year anniversary channel stream. I think we're going to revisit pours, and this is kind of going back to something that Dustin said earlier about not being able to chug beer. I think we're going to revisit pours that we used to drink before the channel started, which includes an Irish car bomb, if I can even say that on YouTube right now and not get shut down, which involves chugging Guinness with a shot of Jameson.
That was a you drink. I never drank that.
But we're going to do it. Maybe some Jägermeister if it doesn't turn my stomach too much.
That was also a you drink.
We're probably going to do some daiquiris for you.
No.
Or whatever it was.
Bullet Rye.
I think you guys got to do a lunchbox.
I don't even know what that is.
A lunchbox is like half beer, half orange juice, and then you drop a shot of amaretto in it.
Oh my goodness, that sounds awful.
And it tastes like a whole lunch.
That sounds awful.
Mine would be...
It's not awful. It's weirdly good.
Bullet Rye and Jameson.
But before that...
I didn't drink.
No, you said you were in Mexico drinking daiquiris or something.
On my honeymoon when I was 20 years old, my very first drink I ever had was
a straw...
My first honeymoon, not with him, with my ex-husband. I was 20, but I was on a cruise. So we were in Mexico and I was allowed to drink, and I had a strawberry daiquiri on the cruise ship. That was my very first alcoholic drink in my entire life.
So I think we're starting our April live stream with frozen strawberry daiquiris.
There you go.
Boom.
It is a beloved, the daiquiri is a beloved cocktail in the cocktail, like craft cocktail sphere.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, and it also
like
tastes the least alcoholic. And that was my first alcoholic drink ever. So
I think
it was delicious. I loved it.
April's going to be revisiting old pours, and then May will be my birthday live stream, and then June we're going to be in the thick of the summer. That's going to be the one that just got
with the two Michaels.
Oh, ADHD whiskey coming in.
Hey.
Matt, come on, man! Thank you so much. So with Michael and my other brother Daryl is going to be the June, and then in July July is always hot whiskey summer live stream. So we're going to be probably drinking crazy hot stuff and
hot whiskey
maybe
summer.
even doing another hot ones redo flight.
So that'd be fun.
Yeah. So tons of fun stuff
maybe
coming up
I'll
on the channel.
Maybe I'll do hot ones with you, because I did it off camera last year before the stream, and it wasn't that bad.
Tons of great barrel picks coming. We're doing a New Holland with Kaylin and Dustin soon. Stay tuned.
I literally can't wait.
All right. Appreciate you guys so very much. See you next time. Cheers all. You guys are the best.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.